niggas on it. They used to bait me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it. Y'all's the hater and all of my moves, but now niggas on it. They used to debate me on me and my views, but now niggas on it. I used to tell them I'ma have me a show, but now niggas on it. Her homies on it, your homies on it.
Realest Podcast 7, we back. It's your boy C. Diddy.
I'm that makes me sick.
We are here. I don't even know what today's date is. It doesn't even matter.
It's the 12th?
It is the 7th.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's August.
Yeah, it's August.
I think it's August.
Yeah, and the month is flowing, man. I used to always say after 4th of July, it's all downhill for the summer because apparently the summer starts Memorial Day now. At least white summer does. It starts Memorial Day. Okay. And then once you get to 4th of July, it's kind of like that in the middle point, but then shit just soars through, after that point, man. So, yeah, we're already a week through August. We're here for another Media Mondays, the Realest Podcast 7, man. Been putting out a lot of content lately. 3 new shows on Patreon just already so far this month. On top of the show we put out Wednesday, on top of the fact that last Monday we did a triplet release for some old Patreon content just to introduce anybody that's not familiar with our Patreon, the type of, different shows that we got on there. We put all of that out. So we've been just flooding just the airwaves or whatever with content, and I think a lot of people are kind of adjusting to these new schedules, these new release schedules and stuff like that, and just having so much TRPE content that might gotta dial it back a little bit. Like we might gotta start creating some more scarcity because I kind of think that maybe there's a little bit of element of like, oh yeah, whatever, like, oversaturation.
Talked about that.
Yeah, oversaturation. And it's like, you kind of got to, in using the 50 Cent model, you kind of got to flood the market while you hot because you don't know how long you're going to be hot for. But then there's like, the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole way of like,
the only problem with the 50 Cent flooding the market thing is like 50 made like $130 million
exactly.
a year. It's like,
yeah.
We didn't do that.
We did not do that.
No, so.
Yeah.
So take a break with no $130 million.
Got to keep working.
Yeah.
So, so here we are, yet another Monday, man. We got a live show coming up this Saturday, the 13th of August. Still got tickets available.
It's definitely not August 12th then.
Yeah, because the show will be tomorrow.
Yeah.
TRPE729.eventbrite.com. It's an all-inclusive ticket. We still have discounted tickets available, but the ticket includes your show/entry, includes food, liquor, hookah, and a merch capsule that we did, that's only going to be released through this event or whatever the case may be. We're probably about 50% sold out. We've been hanging around 50% sold out for since we moved it back 2 more weeks. So we, obviously we would have liked to been further along in the process, but I would imagine that we're going to tick up this week as the event gets closer. Had a bunch of people hit me with the hold a ticket for me. This is not 1997. Yeah. I don't have paper tickets. It's not the Big Reed bowling party. Yeah. I don't have tickets to hold. You know what I'm saying?
I was treating this joint like King of the Ring.
You hold me down.
Yeah.
So there's no tickets for me to hold, but I'll do my best. You know what I mean? Right. So like I said, man, we about 50% sold out. We've been hanging right around there since we, a couple people got refunds, people booked up, stuff like that. One of our big supporters of the show just hit me about some more tickets and stuff like that. So I think we're going to be good. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be a dope event.
Do I know the big supporter?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she was creating a burner page. You know who that is.
Oh, okay.
Hit me up about some other tickets or whatever the case may be. A lot of new people coming to this show. Yeah. Me and Matt did a ticket audit, and we went through and seen, everybody who had bought tickets, a ton of new faces. So shout out to that. All the people that we know, though, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but neither here nor there. We appreciate the support nonetheless. Regardless of who shows up, whether it's, 200 people or 20 people, we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a great show. It's going to be dope as fuck. Y'all know how we get with these live shows. Special announcement. This is the last live show of 2022. And maybe forever.
October is out, and what we wanted to do in December is out.
We had a huge event that we were planning to do in December at the Met, like some real, bringing in some big talent and stuff like that. And I don't know if the market is ready for it. So, we'll revisit that in 23 and see, we can get all of the parties parties that be on board as far as like, structuring that 14th and Market, J Petty, all our sponsors and all of that were ready to go with that event. But I just think that, we ain't there yet.
No.
We got more work to do. You know what I mean? So, with that in mind, man, it's the last live show of 2022. No BS. This is not like, oh, y'all, as soon as they sell out, then it's like, oh, by the way, we added the October show is back. It's not that. This is the last live show of 2022. For the next 4 months of the year, September, October, November, December, August, for 5 months, including the rest of August. We're just focusing on just being the best damn content creators we can, scaling our YouTube, scaling our Patreon, and that will be where the focus is. We're not going to take any time, money, resources, and attention away from that to do live shows for a while. Yeah. So this is the last one for the year, and depending upon how things go, this might be the last live show, period. We'll do some live streaming stuff or whatever on Patreon, just to boost that platform and give people, more incentive to join the Patreon and stuff like that. But I think that's it. I think I'm not lying when I say that.
Yeah.
Please confirm this.
Oh, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Today's a good day.
Today is a great day. We had some good ass food. We went out last night. We had a ball.
Let's start with last night.
Last night was the first annual TRPE bowling invitational.
We went bowling.
We went bowling.
You actually put up a very high score.
I got busy.
Yeah, you got busy.
My first game, and then I came back to my average.
Yeah. You was like the 016. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Came roaring into the finals.
Roaring. Killed game one and
so after that.
Stepped over a nigga.
Yeah.
It was
I got busy. You know what I'm saying? I bowled a 127. That was my career high. But prior high was like a 111 or 115, something like that. But I did a 127. I started off slow. I had a 0 and a 1 in the first 2 frames, and then I just turned into Pete Weber. You know what I'm saying?
I reached out to shout out Jared and Dom, you know what I'm saying? My homie, I work with him and his wife.
He had a ball,
shit.
Man.
And I told Jared, like, yo, we all going bowling tonight, you know what I'm saying? You bring your lady. He texts me back and was like, y'all, we gambling because we nice. So when he said we gambling because we nice, I'm thinking like, oh, they want to go to the casino because they drunk. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So then I called him to confirm, like, you want to go to the casino? He was like, no, nigga, I'm saying, like, we gambling because we nice. And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, normally, like, me and my lady versus you and yours, like, that's how we do it, like, combined scores. And whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, we could do that, you know what I'm saying? No problem. Now I'm thinking, like, we all, like, niggas from the hood who just...
Average bowlers.
I didn't know his fucking wife was a ringer. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. He in there talking shit, drinking like, yeah, nigga, I told you, we nice and shit. I'm like, she got 200, you got 13.
Yeah, she's nice.
What the fuck you talking about? But, yeah, it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Went bowling, had a ball. Way too many drinks.
Got way too drunk, dog.
I don't even drink.
Yeah, we were in like really feeling it to the point where everybody's buying rounds.
Yeah.
I'm buying rounds. As soon as I got there, Jared's like, what y'all drinking? I was like, I don't know. What are y'all drinking? Oh, I'm drinking that. It's like, I'm on my Manny Fresh shit. If you ain't got what I'm drinking, then I'm drinking what you got.
Yeah.
I'm on that vibe. You know what I'm saying? So Jared buy a round. Then I come back, buy a round. Yeah. Then Kev show up. Kev buy 9 drinks.
Kev was like, yeah, I'm buying round, and I'm buying them for you, too. So you drink. I'm like, what the fuck?
There was 8 of us. He bought 9 drinks.
Yeah.
Who want an extra? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, just way too much Casamigos. Way too fast. The first joint, I pounded it, like on some frat boy shit. And then it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, once that you on, because I told Jared I love him. I'm like, I love you. You know what I'm saying?
My nigga,
I don't fuck with none of them other niggas we work, but you my dog. That's what you know you on.
Once you as a man start emoting yourself.
Yeah, once it's on you now.
Because I love you.
Like I love you now. Like, yeah, when you start that shit, I'm like, yeah, Kabir pulled up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a fun ass time.
We had a ball, man.
So we get done the TRPE Invitational. I did win the last round where the most money was on the line.
Okay,
I feel good about.
Shout out to that. Congratulations.
Shout out to that.
Claps.
Yeah. We got out of there. So then everybody like, yo, what's the move? They're like, oh, let's go to Orient Hookah Lounge. Now I'm like, yo, we tried to go there last week.
It was a madhouse.
It was a madhouse because they wound up going to Fez and the joint next to Steak 48 or whatever. So I'm just like, all right, yeah, fuck it, we could pull up there. We pull up. You went down first because I was waiting for her to park, and you was like, yeah, they got a table for us outside. I'm like, okay, cool. Now it's a little warm, so whatever. Now you coming off of being in South Bowl where I don't know what the AC was on.
Bro, the AC was on optional.
Yeah, seasonal. Yeah. AC was on bullshit in South Bowl because I was sweaty walking out of South Bowl. And bowling is a sport.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it till yesterday, but like my hips was hurting, my elbows.
Y'all played 4 games. We did 2. Y'all did 4.
Yeah, we was getting it in over there. Like, yeah, real shit. We get to Orient. They like, yeah, the table outside. I'm like, okay, cool. Everything night was great. We got shout out to Jules. I had the freezer hose, the ice hose. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I had the mango watermelon hookah with the pineapple base.
I had some dumb shit, Queen of Sex or some shit.
Sex on the Beach.
No, it was Queen of Sex.
Oh, Queen of Sex.
She said it was sex. My girl said it was sex. It was Queen of Sex.
Queen of Sex is not lit. Yeah, no.
That shit had like a bite to it. It was like some root beer in that. Barks has bite. Like, that shit tasted like root beer.
That's a pure Arabian flavor.
Yeah. Like, where's the Americanized shisha?
Yeah. So what we do is we mix mango watermelon with mint, and then your base is Verdi. Like, all right, I didn't ask for this. Like, but yeah, no. So we start smoking hookahs, Kabiro. We everybody just started ordering hookahs, and it was funny. Did you notice we was the only motherfuckers with the rich hookahs?
Yes.
Everybody had like the single cold little
the $26 hookah.
Yeah, little bitch ass hookah. We all had the freezer hoses with fruit and all the extra shit, dancing and shit. So whatever, we smoking the hookah, we chilling, and you could feel it. Like, all right, it's a little warm out this motherfucker. Whatever. Chad gets up. I can talk about this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Chad gets up from the table, and Chad says, yo, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'll be back. So whatever, you walk off. Nobody really thinks about it. Our waitress, the white girl, comes back, and she sits down in your seat.
Yeah.
And we all just like, the fuck? Like, yo, what's up? And she was like, look, don't be alarmed, but your guy passed out. And we like, what guy? And she was like, the guy who's sitting in his chair. And I'm like, what? So everybody jumped the fuck up.
To go rescue me. Because here's the thing. When you tell somebody don't be alarmed, they're alarmed.
Yeah. Some shit to be alarmed about.
Shit to be alarmed about. So this is my POV. Okay. I get up, I'm wobbly spaghetti legs already when I get up. Because I'm smoking 3 different hookahs, I'm drinking water, the Casa, the 9 shots of Casa that I had all converged on me at one time. Yeah. And I'm like, yo.
Like the foot.
Yeah, I felt this feeling before. I need to just go to the bathroom, take a piss, possibly take a shit, throw up, splash some water on my face, whatever, pull an AO, make myself throw up, whatever I need to do, and get myself back together. You know what I'm saying? AO said that's the key to when you drunk and you keep drinking. You gotta make yourself, you gotta make yourself throw up, and then you can get back to drinking.
I remember I was done at Fridays, like done, like I mean, like just stuck, done. He was like, "Yo, go make yourself throw up." I'm like, "What? Are you bulimic, nigga? What the fuck?" Like,
he lives by this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, whatever. I get in the line, I see 2 brothers in the line or whatever. I'm like, oh, hey, pardon me, I'm sorry. I was about to jump them. I'm like, oh, y'all waiting for the bathroom? Yeah, the one boy spoke to me like, damn, what's up, cuz? I be listening to the podcast. Y'all be doing y'all thing, man. Congrats, shout out. I'm like, oh, good looking. So now I'm leaning on the pillar, and the shit is just coming over me to the point where apparently me and him said more to each other than that I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just sitting there, I'm standing there, and I'm just like, yo, man, they gotta come on with this bathroom, nigga. Nigga about to die. Yeah. And I just fell. You know what I'm saying? Like buckled, like knees buckled. And then I just remember 2 nice Arabian gentlemen like, we're gonna pick you up. You know what I'm saying? On the count of 3, just come with us, lift your weight. We're gonna pick you up. So they get me up, give me some water or whatever. They like, you okay? I'm like, I think so.
Yeah.
They like, yo, you wanna sit? And they like, yo, come sit right here. So from where I fell versus where they sat me at,
it was like 20 feet.
Yeah.
That's what when because I'm like listening to you say this now. I know where the bathroom is at and where you was sitting when I walked in. Yeah. That ain't even close,
bro. So they fucking get me up and get me over there in like a whoosh, like a millisecond, and I'm just like,
we used to work security at Michael Jackson concerts. We gonna get you out of there.
Them niggas got me to the seat. So now I'm like trying to figure out where I am, just to get my bearings in regards to the building itself. Because I'm like, the bathroom is on. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, the bathroom. How the fuck? So now I'm like, how the fuck did I get right here? So I'm just confused. So I finally drink the water. They bring me a second water. I'm drinking that, whatever. By this time, all of y'all are in there.
It's amazing that all of this happened in the time period. Like, because it was like a good 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
All of this took place. So now I'm trying to get my bearings like, yo, where am I in relation to the building? Blah, blah, blah. Then it's a boy in there that's bigger than Big Dan. And he like, yeah, no, man, because, you know, I had the same thing happen to me a couple weeks ago.
I was about to say.
It was hot as shit outside.
Peruvian love was like, I thought it was love for a second because he's a big bearded nigga, light skin. When I walked in, that was just funny. I'm picking it up. I walked in, the big boy was like, yo, he right there. And I'm like, oh shit. You was like at the door. I walked past you. And he to me was like, yo, same shit happened to me a couple weeks ago, bro. Get him some water and some electrolytes, maybe some sugar, some apple juice or something. He be all right. And I'm like, yeah, no doubt. And I was like, shit, I was just overseas. I was Abu Dhabi. I'm like, we was smoking up on the roof deck at the W. It was like 115 degrees. And I'm like, I could feel that shit like, yo, I got to get under a fan or some shit like that. He's like, yo, how the hookahs be hitting over? So I know them Jones crazy. I'm like, yeah, they wild or whatever. Kabir was like, can we finish this conversation later? Let's help this nigga.
Because Kabir's my childhood friend. That's like my one of my best friends in the whole world. Like, he goes automatically in defense mode. Like, anything involving me, he like, man, can we help this nigga?
Yeah,
like,
so we tend to you like, I'm like, yo, you cool? You like, shit just hit me like, oh yeah, yo, I don't know what the fuck is like. I'm just trying to get my legs together, my motherfucking eyesight, all this shit. So as Kabir like, yo, he talking to you, you know what I'm saying, real close, whatever. Then Siani came in, so she like, come on, I'm gonna take you to the bathroom, whoop, 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 whoop. So then the waitress walked past. I'm like, hey, will you get a chance? I need some new coals on the joint out there. Kabir turned around, I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, my coals was getting, they was going out they was going out when you went to the bathroom.
Yes.
I know they pretty much asked now. So it was so funny because Jules was texting me while this was going on. I'm like, yo, Chad just fucking passed out. He like, yo, what the fuck? Is he cool? Like, is he all right? Like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, I have no clue. I'm like, the nigga walked in and they just was like, yo, he fainted, whatever. So I'm like, you looked like, no bullshit, you look terrible. Like, your eyes was like sedate.
I know I was white as fuck.
Yeah, it was like, yo, what the fuck? So Siani almost had to like Scottie Pippen you into the bathroom,
Yes.
like flu game. Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all went in the bathroom. You was in there. I'm like, yeah, he in the bathroom now. You came out the bathroom like, whew, all right, let me, where the hose at? And I'm just like, what the fuck? So Lee came back in because Lee went to go move the car. Oh, we got a ticket too, by the way. That's a whole nother story. Lee came back in and was like, because I'm texting her. I'm like, yeah, Chad. She like, is he cool? Whatever. So then when you came out the bathroom, Lee was like, you sure he passed out? I'm like, I think he did cocaine in the back. I think he took a rail. Because the nigga looked so much better when he walked in.
I went in the bathroom and did what I was planning to do the first time. Took a piss, took a smash, washed my motherfucking face, washed my hands first, washed my motherfucking face, and I was like, whew, I'm good because like in the building they got the AC on. It was at a low.
And shout out to the I guess it's the Arabian gentleman who picked you up.
Yeah.
Cause he was like, yo, we got a little waiting list, but this table open with the couches. I'm just give y'all that joint, sit them motherfuckers outside. I'm like, oh, no doubt. He's like, yeah, so y'all can sit in here with the AC. Now for the rest of the joint, we was cool.
Yeah.
In the AC, whatever. But then I got hot as fuck and started to feel it.
It was like, we gotta go.
I'm like, hey, listen, I was Maydaying it. Like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here.
We gotta go.
Yeah. But Barn, you passing out last night was fun.
It was a vibe.
Yeah,
it was great. It was a vibe. And the best part about me passing out is it got me out of having to drive home. You know what I'm saying? So my girl had to drive home. So now I'm playing passenger. I got the air on 60 on 95 blower. Going on 95.
Yeah, last night was fun as fuck. It was just so crazy the way she sat down. It was like, don't be alarmed, but your guy passed out. I'm like, what guy? She was like, the guy whose seat I'm sitting in. I'm like, what?
The fuck y'all put these hookahs?
Which raised a whole nother conversation. These places in the city that aren't cleaning their hookahs.
Yo, it's places that I will not go there. I'll go there and drink. I won't smoke their hookah
and we had a whole conversation. I didn't know that this was because I just assumed, you know, you just give motherfuckers the benefit of the doubt.
Don't.
Like, I have a hookah in my house now. I clean that joint after every single time.
Yeah, you have to.
So that it's clean for the next joint.
Yeah.
Like, and it's wild. Like, motherfuckers do not clean them shits.
Yeah, like I've had situations, and I won't say the venues because I'm not trying to disparage them, but I've had situations in places where I would go, I would be there, you know, whatever, smoke they hookah, and I would have to like go in the back, like, and lay down and take a nap and shit like that. Like the hookah would fuck me around that bad, or it would give me wobbly legs. Siani, same thing. She said she literally was coming out of a place on South Street. I'm not going to, these my people, so I'm not going to say where. But she said the hookah had her shot. She said I had one shot and I smoked hookah for like 35 minutes. She fell on her face.
Yeah, she
coming
said
out of
that. She felt like on her nose.
like on her face and pop back up. Like, cause you smack the cement, like you either going out or you getting up. And then people all of a sudden like, yo, are you okay? She's like, yeah, like I don't know what the fuck happened. And it's like, yo, sometimes, man, it's like that combination of tobacco, flavor, nicotine, chemicals, and then whatever the fuck is in that bowl, the fucking
They not cleaning
what's
that
the name,
water
and then the
out?
hose or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. If any of that shit is not right, like you will go out, like you will go out bad. But so it's like some places I just refuse to smoke their hookah. I love them, I'll go there and get drinks, whatever fuck like that. But I will not smoke their hookah, yo, because it's a danger to my fucking.
It's kind of
to my
wild that
health.
like like that places are like that when it comes to servicing people, like even down to, remember the whole shit was like about people cutting their liquor and all
Oh
that.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
Dan, you can speak prophetically on that. You know what I'm saying? We know the Godfather cutting liquor. We ain't gonna say his name, but yeah,
I'm
man,
the capo.
cut liquor capo.
Fucking terrible. But yeah, outside of you fainting, last night was pretty fun.
We had a ball, man.
And the crazy part is, I'm sitting there where it's like, again, the creative juice is flowing. I'm like, and the crazy part was, we was so lit. We had other lanes coming to like fuck with us in the bowling alley. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I thought about in that moment? TRPE invitational, renting out the whole motherfucking bowling alley, but I'm just like, y'all don't fuck with shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
You're killing our creativity.
I'm like, this would be fun as shit
Hell
to do.
yeah.
As
Old
like,
school bowling party.
like a real live joint, but it's just like, you're back to square one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't even create a vibe. It's a vibe. Like DJ Boogie, A Boogie. Shout out A Boogie. I seen him at the Rump game the other day. Oh, do you want to go to the Rump championship tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
100,000%. I was going to ask you about that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm media.
Media,
Yeah, you know what
media
I'm saying?
credentials.
So, yeah,
Shout out Mike Moore from the Rump.
Yeah, Mike Moore. He actually is gonna come on the show. He came up to me. I'm thinking like, Kimber like, oh, let me introduce you to the organizer of the tournament. I'm like, this white man don't want to talk to me. He literally seen me. He was like, oh shit, TRPE. He was like, yo, y'all just had Jay Petty on. Let me get my interview. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever you want, my man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, him and Ayo like this.
Yeah,
I've been to Mike's house.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, shout out to him. Shout out the whole Rump going on right now. I think Blue Magic is already in the championship. Today is FOE versus South Philly, I believe, who is going to play in the championship tomorrow. I'd like to see FOE because they're going to bring somebody. I'm not going to say who the speculation is that they was talking about bringing, but yeah, it's a big name. You know what I'm saying? That's speculation, of course. There's no guarantee on this shit. Remember, the Harden shit wasn't official till like that morning. So yeah, they're speculating somebody. They
Oh, no, they didn't rank a king, so whoever they speculate is more than likely.
I mean, you know how that shit. But you think about the whole Durant shit with the Joan in Delaware. Remember, he didn't play.
Bruh. That was a whole fiasco.
You know what I mean? So look at LeBron in the Drew League. Like, granted, you knew that. You know what I'm saying?
But they were saying Kyrie was supposed to play too. Then it was a whole thing around like, well, where the fuck is Kyrie? It's like, it's Kyrie.
And Kyrie popped up at a Joan in Jersey the other day. You know? And so, yeah, you really never know what that
The
shit.
Joan out Seattle was crazy.
Nuts.
Paulo had 50,
Yeah,
53.
Chet had like 35. And they combined, they had like 80 something. Yeah.
They was getting busy.
Yeah, the Dykeman was wild as shit the other night. I seen Meek was up there with the mayor in New York and shit. Yeah, like it was, the joint the other night was cool. It was cool seeing a bunch of people, people coming up to you. Yo, I fuck with the podcast, bro. Yo, I fuck with the joint. Like, whatever. It was a cool little joint. Deke hit me and was like, he said something on my story. And I was like, yeah, I'm surprised you not here. He was like, oh, I'm here. I'm just, I'm in the cut. I can't deal with all that shit. He was like, they nigging right in front of you. And I was like, yeah, like, cause I was on the front row. Yeah. And the kids just like, they just took a Brody, like, yo, we sitting on the floor. The young boy's like, yo, you care we sit? I'm just like, I don't give a fuck as long as y'all ain't like in my way of my feet space or whatever. So it was like 40 of them. And
shit.
Yeah, like I had like the whole, like all the little, what y'all call them, drillers? They was all sitting right in the, like on my feet. And Deke was like, they nigging a little too much right where you at. And then I bounced. I left in the middle of the third game, and then Deke hit me. He was like, yeah, they nigging a whole lot now. And it's I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He there now. I'm sure he's going to be there tomorrow. But we'll pull up for the chip, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out to all of the Philly Pro-Ams, the Rump League, the Brotherly Love League, all of them Jones, man. Y'all doing a great job of, facilitating that pro-level talent and also shining a light on some of these guys that play overseas. The young up-and-coming guys that's tearing it up and all of that shit, man. That shit dope, man. It's really great to see that y'all really, like, are a part of people's summer every single year, man. That shit is dope to me.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give a shout out to Khalif Wyatt. The other day, he had shout out to him and shout out to somebody's boss, the white boy, Jaworski, I think is his last name. They had Gee Funny.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You look like I give a fuck. He was on the mic. And he kept fucking with the white boy because he was like the only white boy on the team, like somebody's boss. Somebody works for him and they owed him a favor. So they brought him and put him on the floor. But he started going the fuck off in the second half. He wound up having 44. Damn. He was cooking. I mean, like the gym was going crazy because he was knocking down 3 step backs, driving to the lane. They was down 22, the Twins. He came back and they tied it up with like a minute left. Damn. And they wound up losing and shit. But yeah, he was going off. Shout out somebody's boss. And Khalif Wyatt had the moment of the game in the first game because he played with Tyrone Barnes and them in the first joint. Khalif got a joint where the motherfucker hit him right in the face, like right in front of us, right in front of the ref. I mean, like popped him in the face, and the ref didn't call the foul. He just like stopped and looked at the ref, was like, and everybody cracking the fuck up because it's like, yo, we all blatantly seen and heard that shit. And then he stepped back and knocked down the 3, and that was a dope ass little moment. But I like them pro-am games and shit where you see motherfuckers get to come out and play, and this and the third. And shout out to DeJounte. Is it DeJounte? DeJounte Murray. Shout out to DeJounte Murray. Yeah, he just got traded to the Hawks. He had a tweet the other day. Was like, yo, y'all NBA niggas need to go out and play in these pro-ams because it give people a shit. Like, think about it. It's like, I think it's like $8 to $12 or whatever to get in the room. Like, you can go and see some real live talent and not have to spend $1,500 to go. So he was like, yo, get out there and play in these joints. And the next day, him, John Collins, and Trae Young, pulled up to the pro-am down there in Atlanta, and they was out there cooking, throwing oops, all crazy shit. Yeah, so I fucks with the pro-ams and everything around that shit. This week we're gonna start a little differently. I don't ever start with a y'all weird, but
you kind of have to.
Yeah, cause y'all are weird as shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it makes all the sense in the world. There was a car crash that the initial video was. Because it was all over Twitter, all over Facebook, and no one really knew what happened. You just saw that there was this mega accident on, out of all places, Slauson and La Brea. Yes. Like right on the corner of Slauson and La Brea in Los Angeles. And you just see this car in broad daylight traffic, while it's like traffic, just come out of nowhere, and a fucking fireball ensued behind the shit. So when people see it, I'm like, your initial reaction is someone fell asleep. An accelerator had to have gotten stuck.
Epileptic seizure, anything.
Because what the fuck else would you be going that goddamn fast for? To where you just like, it wasn't even like you had a green light and it went red. I mean, like the light was, like traffic was going. Yeah. And that shit just came straight through. Wasn't no cop chasing it, nothing. So when it all, at the end of everything, 6 people got killed in this situation. 6 people got killed, including one girl who had her infant son, and she was pregnant.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? 23-year-old girl had her infant son, and she was pregnant. 4 other people get killed in this situation. Then when you come to find out, the young lady's name is Nicole Linton. Yeah, she's a 37-year-old registered nurse, apparently from Texas, working in Los Angeles or whatever. Suspected of driving at speeds of at least 100 miles an hour. I saw the thing that said that the street camera clocked her at 106. Oh my God. Yeah. She plowed through a busy intersection around 1:40 p.m., claiming the lives of 6 people. Now the whole story is starting to come out that apparently she had an argument with her boyfriend, and she was drunk, and apparently trying to commit suicide. Now I don't know if this is the truth. But I've been in a situation when I was driving trucks. I was on, I believe it was I-30 going to York, PA, and the whole highway was shut down because a woman who left a suicide note for her family drove onto the interstate the wrong way.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she was trying to commit suicide. And she wound up plowing into a car head on. She died, and the driver of that car died. And, when the coroner got to come, they basically had to shut the highway down and all that. So we was just out there. We was out there for like 4 hours and shit. Hey. It was nuts. And the y'all weird in that, if this is the truth, is listen, do I condone suicide? Not really, because, I get it. Shit be fucked up. You be down, whatever. I've been down. You know what I mean? If that's the route you're going to take, you can't include no one else in it.
Yeah, you can't take 6 other people with you.
You can't take anyone with you. If that's the route you're going. You gotta pick a suicide that like doesn't involve us.
Yeah, find a mountain range, find a cliff to go off of, take 92 aspirins. The razor downward that way works. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like
You can't get on the bus and be like, I'm blowing the bus up. It's like, yo, I'm on this.
I got a bomb.
Yeah, like I'm on this jump. This ain't it.
That's not cool.
This ain't it, and that ain't cool. So it's like if that's the case, it's how like over your dude.
It's like who broke up with you, Jay-Z? Like what the hell? Like it's like I think I'm a pretty incredible nigga. I would hope that my girl not gonna drive her car into somebody's crib at 106 miles an hour if I break up with her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's like who is this nigga?
Yeah.
What type of dick he got?
Yeah. How many Birkins did he buy?
Exactly.
Like, this doesn't make any. This isn't computing.
Yeah, no, the computers are not puting on this one.
And you know how crazy God is. Like if this is the case, you go to try to commit suicide. Now you done killed 6 people, and you got to live with this shit.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? Yeah. She was fucking sitting on the curb after that shit happened.
That's insane.
And that's the joke. How the fuck did you even get out of that shit? It was a fireball, an instant fireball. You know the sickest part of this shit, bro? I was reading the report. The infant son didn't die on impact.
Damn.
Somebody who was in the gas station tried to save the son and couldn't. And I'm like, Youngboy felt that.
Yeah. And that's in a situation like this essentially proves that divine intervention is real and that we don't have as much control over our lives as we think we do.
No, the fuck you don't.
And that our actions
it's already written.
Have repercussions and you know what I'm saying? And just because you decide that like this is what I'm doing doesn't mean that it's going to go the way that you think it's going to go. So now you done changed all of these people's lives and you got to go sit in jail for the rest of your life. And there's already people like, yo, give her the gas chamber, give her the needle. Like this is just completely reckless on a different level. And like now, whatever sympathy people might have had for you for what you was feeling because you was feeling suicidal and this, that, and the third, it's all going out the window because of this really, really dumb choice that you made.
Like if she would have decided I'm getting in a car and committing suicide and drove her car into a tree and then lived and that story came out, people would have sympathy for you.
Absolutely.
But once you kill innocent people, innocent kids, pregnant women, it's just like they're, you know what I mean? Like you could have just went home and watched something on Lifetime.
Literally.
Like real shit.
Could have called your mama, anything. Like anything other than what you did.
Bruh.
This is a really, really terrible situation, man. Prayers to the friends and family of everybody that was lost in the situation. Prayer to Nicole's family, like, because I'm sure they scared shitless, like, yo, because when it's something
because this
like,
ain't the Nicole Linton we
exactly.
probably know.
Because of the extremity attached to the situation, I'm sure everybody around the situation is like, what the fuck?
One of the comments I did see that was very interesting, I should have got his name, but he commented on the post and was like, prayers go out to everyone involved, everyone that was murdered, everyone who was going to be affected by who was murdered. And I also, because a lot of people don't want to do this, prayers out to her and her family, because it's like y'all lives is completely altered now. And he's like, that's something that we missing in this shit, where it's just like, if you do believe in God, you believe in forgiveness, and it's like, you made a terrible choice and you're going to have to live with it and deal with the consequences. But it's like, you gonna have to live with it and deal with it like that. That's gonna be some heavy shit to live with.
And being as though that she's a travel nurse or whatever the case may be, who's to say that she's not the breadwinner for her family and all of that, and then now their lives change because of her decision. It's just like it's so many dominoes that fall when somebody decides to make an extreme choice the way that she did, man, and a selfish choice that she made. And it's really heartbreaking, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, yo, we don't know what she was going through, what she was feeling, or, how bad the breakup was or whatever the case may be. But nothing should push you to, like, I'm driving my car into somebody's crib. Like, that's crazy.
No, not a crib. She hit another car.
Oh, another car.
It was an accident.
Oh, because I saw, like, a building burnt up.
No, it was at the fireball at the gas station. Like, it was across the street. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like it because she hit the car so hard that on impact, it blew the fuck up. And it was up on, like, the building. So it looked like it, she hit a car. Nuts. And that car hit another car. And, shit is just, it's all bad.
That's awful, man.
Yeah. Suicide is not it.
No, not at all.
Like, call the hotline, call your mama.
Yeah, it's tons of resources out there because now over the last 10 years, we understand that all of us are on the brink of a breakdown at some point or another. Like, and there's real live sympathy and empathy for mental health causes and people feeling suicidal and depression and all of that. And it's like, yo, you got to use the resources that are allotted to you. But it's like just the levels of decision making and discernment that she went through to come to that conclusion were all bad. Mm-hmm. It's just a broken chain the whole way, man. And people's lives are changed forever as a result of it.
Bruh. I remember seeing a tweet years ago was like, telling your girl you gonna kill yourself when y'all break up is a don't break the glass in case of emergency.
Right. You can't just keep pulling that. You know what I'm saying? You get one of them, Jones.
You ever use one?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, it ain't just me.
Absolutely. She came running too.
Dog.
She came running. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I remember me and Lee split, like bad split. She went to her mom crib and shit. I said that shit. She's like, why the fuck would you say that? I'm coming back from Delaware. I was at Dave & Buster's. I had to hurry up and get in the house.
Get the press.
Get the press. Hurry up.
Give me the covers.
I got 62,000 tickets. Give me a coffee mug. Hurry up. Let me get out. Yeah, I got to get back home.
It ain't funny, but it's funny. That's the best way I can describe it. It ain't, because we've all done it.
Yo. Hey, we transparent here on this podcast.
We've all done it. I've definitely pulled that shit. In my mid-20s, oh, man.
Yo, listen.
You gonna give up on me like everybody else gave up on me? It's like nobody else gave up on me. Like, you gonna give up on me like everybody else? I don't got nothing to live for.
You gonna walk away like everybody else in my life? Literally doing it in my life.
They've all been there the whole time.
He's still there.
They super supportive. Even through this dumb shit I'm doing right now, they still supportive.
I thought you the only one that loved me.
You all I got left.
Nobody loves me anymore.
We was just at your mom's house yesterday. What do you mean I'm the only one you got left?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I dumped all my hoes for you. You gonna do this shit to me?
Ooh, boy. Yeah, man. That shit it's damn, Shorty went out bad.
Yeah, she went out bad and sad, man.
Bad and sad. Can't go out that bad and sad.
No, not at all, man.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that person.
Suicide is not the move.
No.
From us to you, suicide is not the move.
No. Because, I mean, they just going to still make jokes about you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
We are right now.
Like, that's the fucked up part. Like, doing that,
Yeah.
you really, like, nothing really changes. It's like mixed. Like, they going to talk about you whether you got it or you don't. It's just one of them things.
And eventually life goes on. And you just going to be the crazy Joan that fucking tried to kill yourself and fell.
And that's the crazy part. Like, all the good you probably have done,
It all gets erased in this one moment.
it all just gets eradicated that fucking quick. It's just out the window. So, yeah, man, prayers and shout out to everybody. Not shout out, but, like, prayers and, like, you know, like, it's a fucked up situation. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people like, yeah, I'm going to pay close attention to this because it's like, yo, you want to know, like, what was going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how bad was it? Because I've been in some bad situations. And it wasn't that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like, were you like, I'm chalking everything? You know what I mean?
It's bad. It's bad. It's no other way to describe it other than it's bad, it's unfortunate, it's sad, it's heartbreaking, everything. And anything that, like, involves children is extra, like, gut-wrenching, where it's like, damn, sis, like, what's wrong with you?
Now, you didn't think this one through.
No, you didn't.
But I know for a fact, and people like, no, this can't be real. And I'm telling you, I really was in a situation where I saw it. I sat on motherfucking 30 for almost 4 hours, and that was what happened. And the shorty, I seen it on the news. She left her family a suicide note, then got in her fucking, it was a Ford, the Freestyle, whatever the fuck van was, and drove that shit onto the highway the wrong way. And it's like, that's a crazy, because it's like, that could be any of us.
Exactly.
Literally. Like how you gonna make me the executioner in your suicide attempt? Right. Type of shit is that?
It's suicide. Keep that to yourself.
Keep that over there. I'm going to Wegmans.
Right.
You understand?
I don't know if you've been to the pub before. It's delicious.
They got real Japanese motherfuckers in there making sushi. Them ain't white people. This is real Japanese people at Wegmans making sushi. I'm going to get some shrimp tempura. Somebody earlier was like, niggas swear they love sushi and all they eat is shrimp tempura. I'm like, I'm niggas.
You got me. You figured me out.
You figured me out.
All I eat is spicy tuna rolls.
I'm niggas. But it's like, yeah, I'm headed to Wegmans to get my shrimp tempura on, and here you come wanting me to kill you. What type of shit is that?
Damn shame, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's bad.
That's bad.
Very bad.
You could have got a quarter stick of dynamite, put it in your mouth, and lit it. Left me out of it.
Completely. You could have took the punk ass route and just sat in the car in the garage with the car running.
Oh yeah, the monoxide joint. Yeah.
Carbon monoxide joint. You could have did that. Like there's so many joints you could have pulled that wouldn't have been as extreme, but I'm pretty sure probably we're gonna find out in a couple coming days or a couple weeks or whatever. She probably, all right, cool, watch this. You gonna see me everywhere. Nigga, oh, you leaving me? You gonna see me everywhere. And then here we have it.
All bad.
Thoughts and prayers with everybody, man. It's a super unfortunate situation.
Now I do have another y'all weird that actually happened. Irv Gotti. All right, we like bruh. Like bruh.
And I'm a super Irv supporter. We gotta call it like it is, man.
Yeah.
The whole tone of that
This
interview,
actually happened for real.
Yeah.
There ain't no speculation of what's going on.
the whole
with this.
tone of that interview was very nasty. And it's like whatever information can be gleaned from the things that he was saying, your nastiness overshadowed it. And it just came off as like very narcissistic, very bitter, very self-centered, and essentially just like a misogynistic play to further humiliate a person that you fell out with 20 years ago. Like, this isn't like a new situation coming back to light. This is some old shit that was already essentially adjudicated in the public. Y'all relationship been ended. She didn't dated Nelly and whoever the hell else after that. Like, you going back 4, 5, 6 relationships ago. Yeah. You done moved on and all this different stuff. And it's just like, to just get on that platform, as huge as that platform is, on Revolt, Drink Champs, their biggest show, and just like let her have it like that, it just felt very nasty. Yeah. And very clown-like.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good joke. No. It wasn't a good joke. You know what I'm saying? And I think the whole point of it was to like humiliate her. And it's like, oh, bitch, you ain't gonna be with me? Fuck you. Watch this. And that in it is unfortunate because it's just like, yo, knowing what we know about Irv today, this is obviously before the deal got done and all that, because he said, I signed a letter of intent and blah, 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 blah. And then the other day, he just said, like, yo, my wire hit and boom, 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 whatever case may be. So with that in mind, it's just kind of like, damn, what kind of place were you in a month ago or 2 months ago, whenever this got done, that, like, you just came in there just on 10,000.
Right.
And you just like, yo, I'm just going to, like, light this woman up the whole time I'm here. Because they would move on to other shit, and then he'd be like, no, because this is really what happened. Yeah. I'm home and minding my business with my wife, you know what I'm saying, enjoying my evening, and my girlfriend come on fucking TV with Nelly.
I supporter to the show who's married says, no, like, on some real shit, though, like, when your girl be tripping, like, no, when your girl be tripping, that shit is a lot to take in.
And here's the thing. That's a real human emotion. And, you know, being a reformed toxic nigga, I can understand being with your main chick and your side bitch do some shit that's less than acceptable. Yeah. That heartache is different. And you just sitting there and you want to tell her, man, this nut ass bitch, look at this shit.
You want to tell her.
This bitch she ain't posted hand. She posted the whole nigga. Yeah. It's like when your side bitch learn her value and her worth and go get her own man. That shit is like a different level of heartbreak.
What the fuck's wrong with her?
What the fuck is wrong with this bitch?
Y'all funny.
All this brainwashing I did, you just gonna defy my teachings and go out here and get your own man, bitch? The fuck is wrong with you?
Defy my teachers is funny as shit.
But you can't go on Drink Champs and say that.
Yeah, no, you can't sit down with motherfucking Alex Holly and be like, no, they got you on a small business.
Hey, how you doing, Alex Holly?
Yeah, they got you
business spotlight. You like, no, let's talk about some real shit.
Especially Nori, because Nori will go off the bender. You get this story like, but did you fuck Ashanti in the back of the truck?
They got you ordered for a small business hotline. You like, no, my biggest thing is this. I'm trying to figure out why this bitch went out to Fez last night with
Ben Simmons. That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying?
Ew.
I make $226,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was doing pretty goddamn good.
I follow Tyrese Maxey on the gram. I see his hand all on the bitch thigh. I'm like, yo, that look like the thigh. I'm like, goddamn.
Because I bet. You know what I'm saying? I bet on Tyrese Maxey a lot. So I know what's up.
Now I'm like, yo, when I took Tyrese Maxey over for 18 points and he only had 14, it's like, was this like a was this going on the whole time?
You trying to play me? Like, Because where was you even at to be meeting Tyrese Maxey is what I'm really trying to... Who introduced you to him? Because she's a hoe, too.
Yo.
Y'all awesome hoes is what I'm really trying to say. And Alex Holly just sitting there like, nigga, what?
You ever like...
You want a headline, Alex Holly? I give you a headline.
You ever have like your chick go out with like her friends? You know when you go out with your homies, it's like you, like me, you, Kev, Dan, Rod, like you go out with your homies and it's like y'all go out, get some drinks, go to a spot, go to another spot. It might be turnt, order a bottle.
Go to a Chinese bathhouse, whatever.
Whatever the fuck you get into. But you don't run into like nobody.
Yeah,
like,
you ain't gonna see me with like Ananda Lewis.
You like you ain't gonna just randomly run into Giselle bunch of, you know what I'm saying?
Christina Milian.
Right. But when your girl and her friends go out, it's like, why are y'all in pictures with Cedric the Entertainer? How did y'all meet this nigga?
Where y'all bitches ran into Kevin Gates at? What yoga temple y'all was at doing hot yoga and ran into this freak ass nigga?
Dog, I remember Lee was like, I'm gonna run to the store, then I'm gonna run to the Apple store to pick up my new AirPods. I'm like, okay. She sent me a picture all hype with Bradley Cooper. I'm like, how the fuck did you be? Oh no, he was just coming out of Whole Foods. And just whenever they the fuck out, it's just somebody to fuck around magically. So it's like, yeah, like that shit is hilarious. Like just go out and just, oh yeah, I met, Bogdanovich at the club. Shit crazy.
Yeah, the club with Bobby and Toby.
No. You're growing a picture with a Russian oligarch and like this shit is nuts. But yeah, man, Irv that wasn't it.
No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it. That was a bad job. That was definitely a
And it's almost like, yo, were you drinking before you got here?
Like, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you did some lines? Y'all niggas, you and Ja got together and start doing ecstasy again?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
Did you see Ashanti came out last night with Nelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, people in the comments like, check on Irv. Yo. And shout out to BF. BF made a very good point the other day. It was like, have y'all seen Ashanti? I feel her. like, man's got a point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's wonderful to look at.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
She's gotten better looking at 40.
Yeah.
And a better body.
Yeah.
And it's like she got the corn off of her. Like she could dress now, like the whole, like I get it, but it's like, damn, dog, you can't do that on TV.
Yeah.
Which at this point, Drink Champs is television, so you can't do that on TV.
Shout out to Butter. Butter the other day had a tweet that I literally laughed off for 10 minutes, and only him could tweet this. But Butter said, "How you gay and can't dress? What was you doing in the closet all of years?" Hey, man. Yo, when I tell you I laughed off of that for 20 minutes. Easily the funniest shit I saw.
He's in the closet taking a nap. Jeez Louise.
How you gay and can't dress? What was you doing in the closet all of year?
That's ridiculous.
I fell out of it. That was definitely tweet of the week. I fell the fuck out of that. Oh, man. But yeah, Ashanti, I don't know why I thought of that. But Ashanti came out last night with Nelly to perform Body. Is it Body on Me or Body on You? Whatever.
Body on Me.
The song ain't that great.
It's not a good, it didn't do shit.
Nothing. Literally nothing. Nelly's run in rap was very, very peculiar. Because it's like he peaked so quick.
Yeah, he peaked off the rip.
Like off the jump, like what Poppy said, the gun bust, like just immediately, and then just like never really recaptured that, and then it just got to a point where it was like honestly, Nelly is like a St. Louis 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Where it's like the second album, Nelly's second album did 6 mil.
Yeah.
Like 50's second album did 6 mil. But like, and he had a smash. He had Dilemma. Like 50 had Just a Little Bit in Candy Shop. But it's like, this ain't the first John. And then the next album had like that one hit. Like Nelly had the one smash and 50 had I Getting Money. Yeah. And then the next John was like, we do not care about.
We do not
care about Rocket. What was it? Stepping in My J's or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. And then like 50 with G Unit, he had Stunt 101 and what was the other G Unit song? All of them was on it.
I don't know, but I know that album sold 4 million copies.
Whatever. Nelly had with his homies Air Force Ones. Then Nelly hauled off and did Grills with Paul Wall. 50 had
I Get Money with...
No. With, fuck. I can't think of the record.
AO Technology?
No. Hate It or Love It and all that with
Hate
Game.
It.
Like, he had those records with other motherfuckers, and it's like Nelly and 50 low-key have, like, the same exact career. Like, where it was only, like, 4.5 years. Yeah. Real shit.
Yeah, and then later on, Nelly popped out. He had the pop record. He had Just a Dream that did real good, did like $3 million or whatever. But it was like the album sold like 4 copies.
He had Drop Down and Get Your Eagle On.
Yeah, that was Sweat and Suit. Sweat and Suit, he was still hot. He debuted #1 and #2 with both albums.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Nelly.
Yeah, he still had the heat on him because he had Hot in Here. I think was on one of those albums. Which album was Hot in Here on? Was it on Nellyville?
Hot in Her.
Hot in Her.
Hot in Her was on the.
Was that on Nellyville or was it on Sweat?
That was on the second album.
Okay.
Hot in Her.
All right.
Because that was Chris Rock from the movie. He was the president.
Got you.
The Hot in Hair was the joint that they played at the ball. The white boy was like, he's like, what the hell was that? Chris Rock was like, man, I was just trying to get the party started. The white dude said, listen, I'm in charge of your campaign. If the party needs to get started, I'll handle it.
There's some Garth Brooks.
It was silly as shit. But yeah, Nelly and 50 low-key had like the same exact career.
No, that's a good comp.
Yeah, real talk. Definitely like the same exact career. But yeah, man, Irv went out bad.
He went out bad and sad.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, that's the theme of this, bad and sad.
And it makes me think, what type of pussy do Ashanti got? Because he was acting unusual on that. He was giving up he was really pillow talking to Nori.
Yeah.
He was pillow talking to the y'all.
Yeah.
He said Happy got made because we just got finished having sex, right? And I'm just like, Irv, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was wild. I feel him though. Did I ever tell you I bagged Ashanti?
No, you didn't.
At Great Adventure years ago.
Killed that.
Yeah. I was like, what's up? And she was like, hey, and kept walking. In my mind, I bagged Ashanti.
We went on 4 dates.
It was lit. You know what I mean? But yeah, she was at Great Adventure. We was all there and shit. And I remember like she was coming towards us, like her mom, her sister, like they all look alike.
Yeah.
They all got that face, that real good black woman face.
Mm-hmm.
She was coming towards us. I was like, hey, what's up? And she was like, hey, and kept walking.
That's like when I was like 14, I bagged Pepper at Great Adventure, but
Pepper?
Pepper, but Treach was there.
I bet Pepper was like 40.
No, when I was like 14.
What year were you 14?
What the fuck? That was in the 90s.
Pepper's like
97.
50 something now.
Yeah, nigga. All right, so how old you think I am?
You 37.
That was 25 years ago.
All right, I get it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But Treach was there. You know
with a dog collar on, bro.
Literally with a dog collar on. And no shirt. Treach go to all events where it's shirt optional.
Yo. Treach will show up with jeans with pockets big enough to put a 40 in, no shirt, and a dog collar. Yeah. Straight up and down.
I watched a movie with Treach recently.
Oh, I know it was bad.
Dog. He was a disgraced MMA fighter that killed the nigga in the ring, ended up owning his own gym and becoming a trainer, but he's a degenerate gambler. So he ended up owning the villain is Quentin Rampage Jackson. And he's wearing a dog collar the whole movie.
Okay.
So he ends up owing Quentin Rampage Jackson all this money for all these like the worst bets you ever could place. Treach made all bad bets like 9 times in a row. So he ended up owing this nigga so much money that he says, all right, Quentin Rampage Jackson say, all right, cool, nigga, that's fine. You gonna pay my money. You gotta fight. You gotta win 5 fights in one night in order to pay me my money back, or I'm gonna kill your daughter. They kidnapped Treach's daughter, who's half Filipino for some reason in this movie. And Treach say, man, I told you, man, even with his life on the line, this is how fucked up Treach is in the movie. Down bad with Chad right now. This is how fucked up Treach is in the movie, right? And I watch it on Tubi, so you know it was bad.
It's really bad.
This is how fucked up Treach is. He said, man, you know I don't fight no more. I don't get into that. Even in the face of his daughter being kidnapped, he bring another nigga into the situation. Yeah, I was just at this prison teaching MMA fighting. There was a nigga there that whooped everybody's ass. Let's get him out of jail and make him fight the 5 fights. And then if he win, I get my daughter back. And if not, then you can kill everybody. I'm just in jail minding my business, and you come recruit me out of jail on work release on a furlough to come rumble 5 niggas in one night. That's all like underground fighting champions. It's like terrible movie. It was shot well and edited well, though.
Somebody the other day was like, I'm watching the movie on Tubi, bro. Tell me why they got me walking in the store in the back. Movies on Tubi be fucking crazy, man. Spank got a movie on Tubi.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you ain't know that?
No.
Yeah, it's something really terrible. Like I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, this shit is called Lord of the Streets on Tubi. It's also I was about to say I thought it was on YouTube in its entirety, but no, it's just the trailer or whatever. But yeah, Lord of the Streets 2022 starring Treach. A Tubi original.
Not an original.
A Tubi original. Yeah, we paid $84 for this. You know what I'm saying?
The not Spank. Treach got a movie. You ever see First Time Felon? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was actually good though.
Pretty good.
That was pretty decent. Shout out to Delroy
Yeah, he started off as a good actor.
Omar Epps. You know, Treach went to audition for Bishop.
Yeah, and he took Tupac just with him on some shit, and they was like, "Yo, you want to audition? What type of loose ass audition is this? A nigga off the street, yo, hey Tupac, you want to audition for this shit?" And then he ended up getting Bishop, and then Treach ended up being Radamez's goon number 2.
Yeah,
for Radamez.
I'm trying to find the movie.
We run from everybody. We run from Radamez. We run from Old Man Quillez. Like a fucking track team.
Yeah, Sucker for Love.
Oh, starring Spank.
Yeah, Spank got a movie on Tubi.
Shout out to Spank,
Yeah.
man. Shout out my nigga Spank, man.
Yeah.
Spank showed me a good time in Atlantic City. Him and Cousin E, man.
Remember, if you ever watch, I don't know if y'all familiar with this whole run. I don't know if I've spoken before. So you saw the first Major League.
Yes.
So if you watch the first Major League, Wesley Snipes played Say Hey Willie Mays. Mm-hmm. When the second first Major League, of course, was a hit, classic. When the second one came around, Wesley Snipes turned it down to do Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone, which wasn't the greatest movie. It still did numbers in box office, but it was like panned for the nonsense in the movie. So they hired Omar Epps to play Say Hey Willie Mays in the movie, and basically wrote in the movie like they were playing Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, trolling him the whole movie.
The whole movie. So in the movie, in the offseason, Omar Epps, who's now Say Hey Willie Mays, he was trying to become an actor in the offseason. The movie that he did was called Black Hammer and White Lightning with Jesse Ventura. Because they making fun of Demolition Man. And the boy, Bob Uecker, who was the Cleveland announcer, was like, I went to see Willie Mays' movie in the movie theater, but it was only in the box office for 2 hours. He said, I did hear, however, that it was in complete focus.
It was in complete focus. I gotta say something good about it. It was shot well.
But it was only in the movie theaters for 2 hours, which means they played it once.
They got it up out of there.
And then Jake came to his hotel room, was like, what's been going on with you, Willie? He's like, nothing, man. I just got the trailer in for my movie. You want to see it? Motherfucker put it on. It was him and Jesse Ventura shooting Uzis off of a building and like bad guys down on the ground. Jesse Ventura jumped off of the building and landed on his feet. And Jake was just sitting there looking at the screen like, what the fuck? So then Wesley Snipes, Omar Epps came up to him and was like, I killed more guys than you. He's like, yeah, but mine are the deadest. They was trolling the shit out of Wesley Snipes.
90s cinema, man.
90s fucking movies was great, dog. But yeah, shout out to Spank, man, for having his own Black Hammer and White Lightning on Tubi. But yeah, it's called Sucker for Love. I've never watched it, but it's on Tubi.
I'm sure it's great.
We should do a Down Bad with Chad review of it.
Yes, we should.
That's on the agenda now. That's coming. Shout out to Spank. What else we got over there?
The wrongest thing we've ever done in the history of TRPE.
Oh, brother.
Was go against Jadakiss and the Lox in Verzuz, and we just came up on the 1-year anniversary of the worst defeat in Verzuz history. And all of the clips was circulating online. Verzuz put a post up with Jadakiss, Mr. Verzuz, and all of that. Ended up putting it on my story and everything. And just looking back, just doing some reflection, I just want to ask some candid questions. What the fuck were we thinking?
Yeah, our math wasn't math. Our computers wasn't computing.
I think I tried to take the sensible approach to it, where I'm like, nah, that ain't right. I think what it was the fact that Dipset has so many songs.
Yes, you would think that in a song battle, your songs would matter. They don't.
I didn't think Jada was gonna come out there and be like, I don't live in Miami. I'm in the hood. Fuck these niggas. And the crowd was just gonna respond to that more than any record.
I had no clue.
I didn't see that shit coming. I
like, that's a joint where it's like, how can you be friends after that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so much transpired throughout the course of that 9-hour versus however the fuck long it was. It's just like, yo, you kind of got to look at a nigga different after that. Like, yo, you just going to embarrass me like that in front of these millions of people? What's wrong with you?
That joint was bad.
It was very awful.
But apparently, Virgil made Jewel's and Jim Jones hat.
Yeah.
The scarf hat.
Scarf ski hat. Scarf equestrian
/
ski hat.
samurai helmet. Yeah.
So that probably was the best take out of it.
Yeah. It was pretty terrible, man. And, shout out to the audience. Y'all roasted us as y'all should. Following that, y'all roasted us live while it was going on and after. Y'all trolled us for weeks, so shout out to that, because we're normally pretty spot on, but we were as wrong can be on that jump.
That was deserving.
I was looking for it because Kev actually had posted on his Facebook, like, you know, you can go get your old Jones, because like he was on the same type Jones, like Locks Don't Stand a Chance, and he posted his Jones recently, like worst, the wrongest I've ever been in my life, and I'm just like, yeah, that Jones was terrible.
It was awful.
That was awful.
Beginning to end, it was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
When Cam arrived with 13 niggas we never seen before, and then Jim and Jewels came in separately, we should have known it was bad. Yeah. That means y'all niggas ain't talked in weeks.
No.
Leading up to this shit. Y'all just showed up.
No.
Meanwhile, Kiss, Styles, and Sheik came in the same guard.
Yeah.
So we gonna get there, we gonna fuck these niggas up, and then we gonna go to Denny's.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the talk.
Yeah.
We'll fuck these niggas up right quick. Get this
We
check.
gonna fuck these niggas up, then we go to Denny's. Real shit.
NYO.
Yeah.
For Cameron to be in full Eddie Murphy Raw.
Yeah.
On a 100-degree stage.
Yo. Cam came out with that dye job. I said, yeah, this ain't gonna go the way we had planned it, yo. Like
Cameron going from like a medium brown skin / light skinned man to a with a baldy to a dark skinned man with an afro and a chin strap beard is throwing me.
I said it recently. Cam looks like Victor Maitland from the first Beverly Hills Cop. Cam is dark as shit now. Real talk. I don't know when the fuck he got this black.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo.
Yeah, that joint was bad.
Yeah,
and it is crazy. It's fucked up, but it's like, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I haven't listened to much Dipset music since that shit.
I was ready to delete their whole catalog off my fucking phone.
Dog.
Like, y'all made me look stupid. I don't appreciate this.
Yeah.
Shout out Jules. We got to give you some of this slander too. You extra convinced Matt that Dipset was the way to go. We're all sharing this slander. The whole TRPE nation. Everybody that fucking said the same stupid shit we said, come sharing this slander. We earned it as a unit.
Yeah, that joint was rough. That was a rough go of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It changed the format for Verzuz.
Yeah.
Because Fat Joe
tried that
shit and got pummeled.
Yeah.
He lost like 17-3 trying to do the Jadakiss format and all of that shit. But it's just like, you know what he forgot? He's not Jadakiss.
And not freestyle guy.
You can't rap as good.
Nah, that joint.
Can't remember every rap you ever wrote in your whole life.
Yeah.
Like Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying?
And then once the Fat Joe did the crack house shit, it just like you lost the momentum and people was just like, what the fuck are you talking about,
Get
Joseph?
Fat Joseph out of
Yeah, like this ain't it. Is Verzuz still happening?
Yeah. In subsequent Verzuz news, there's a new R&B supergroup on the horizon, RSVP. Can you guess who it is?
RSVP. R is Ray J.
Absolutely.
S is... Let me come back to S. V is Valentino. P is... P.D. Pop. No. Why the fuck is I P.D. Pablo? What's his name?
Pleasure P.
S. S is... Solange?
Sammy.
Oh, my nigga Sammy.
Yeah, so all four of them crazy niggas that had the funniest verses of all time are in the studio crafting an album RSVP as an R&B
All
supergroup.
four of them crazy niggas.
Yeah, so Ray 2K was an epic failure, but RSVP.
What was Ray 2K?
Ray J was gonna take Omarion's place in B2K.
Oh, okay. Ray J is the ghetto. I've said it at the live show in Brooklyn. We never did a show.
He's the ghettoest 100 millionaire out there.
Nigga, like yo, Ray J is so ghetto. You almost don't believe he's related to Brandy.
He's a dirty LA nigga.
That nigga had a baby in his hands on the stage.
And the funniest part about that is the nigga BET Awards weekend was that same weekend in LA. That's why they did the verses on that Thursday. He showed up at DJ J. Drew's party on Friday wearing the same clothes from Verzuz.
No. I got one crazier than
cigarette.
that. At the BET Awards, that nigga was eating a cup of noodles.
Yes.
Like the dollars, yo.
Ray J is a dirty LA nigga, yo. A rich, dirty LA nigga.
Ray J really a ghetto ass nigga, dog. That nigga, that's the joint you get out of the vending machine.
Yes.
Yeah, when you ain't got no money for lunch.
I got some noodles. All right, man. I got some hot water.
They cupos.
Yeah.
Cupos.
Cupos.
And Ray J is a
You
dirty
doing
LA
everything
nigga,
you
man.
can to make them joints, and you putting sriracha, everything in that joint, trying to make it
That
hot.
shit still tastes like the cup that it's in.
Ray J ghetto as shit, man. RSVP.
Yes, man.
Them R&B supergroups don't work.
Hell no.
No.
The only one that like worked was LSG.
TGT did a little.
TGT did a little something, but LSG worked.
Yeah, that worked.
What was LSG?
Levert, Sweat, and Gill.
Okay,
They had
yeah,
two
yeah.
albums. They had two bangers.
Yeah, two good albums.
I still listen to My Body with regularity. They killed that song. But the nigga, that whole time in R&B, it was like one nigga that was controlling the whole shit. It was this producer, songwriter boy, because he did the Silk album when they made they comeback, and then he did both of them LSG albums. So that's why they sound exactly the same to that Meeting in My Bedroom Silk album. I forget his name, but he was just smoking everything in R&B at that time, and they was like, we gotta get this nigga. So that's why My Body sounds exactly like the Silk album, because it was the same producer, songwriter.
Yeah, everybody at that verse sounded terrible except for Mario.
Correct.
Yeah. And shout out to Mario. Mario didn't get the credit he deserved because everybody thought Mario was going to smoke him.
Absolutely.
We didn't really comment on it because fuck verses, but
Yeah.
Mario went out there and showed like, nigga, I can really sting. I'm still in good shape. I don't fuck around with the fuck around. Like
Joe Budden went on his show and apologized to all the Marios for being wrong.
Yeah.
He said, I want to apologize to Mario, Super Mario,
Yeah, Mario Van
Mario
Peebles.
Van Peebles.
Yeah, I seen
He
that.
apologized to all the Marios.
Like, yeah, man, we nobody was really giving Mario his respect or his just due.
Got a deep catalog.
And he got bangers.
He got bangers. Once he got about 15 songs in and he didn't play Breakup or Let Me Love You, I was like, oh, this nigga on some shit.
Yeah.
He was cooking. And he played like one or two dumbass new songs, which is bad for verses.
Yeah.
But he still won those rounds.
Does Sammy have any songs?
Sammy has 7 songs.
All I can remember is Strike One.
He got
Right
Strike
before
One.
your eye. That's all I can remember.
He has You Should Be My Girl.
What is that?
Cause you're so fly, girl. You should come to my crib. It's a snap record, but it's an R&B snap
Oh
record.
yeah, I know.
That joint was big. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think that's
There's
it.
two records.
Yeah.
He got two. I said
He
7, he got 2.
he ain't no Sean Kingston. You know what I'm saying? Like Sean Kingston has some hits. I don't know about Sammy. What's up with Sean Kingston? He's still out there? No. Okay.
Just like Sean Kingston like fucked all his bread up. Like Sean Kingston apparently had got like a ton of money from like Sony.
Yes, I saw somebody was like Sean Kingston is the Jamarcus Russell of R&B. I'm like, damn, that's a hell of an assessment. I was like, damn, like, yeah. Sean Kingston, he came and went. It's a lot of motherfuckers that just came and went.
Yeah.
R&B is one of those things though, like you'll come and go.
And Sean Kingston had like Bieber like under his wing. Like
Yeah.
when Bieb came out, he was hanging with Sean Kingston.
Yeah.
So to fuck that up is like, damn.
Yeah. Sean Kingston had that gangster with Bun B. Sean Kingston.
I
had
think
some
the
shit.
accident fucked him up. He ain't never recovered.
Oh yeah, that jet ski. He had a real bad jet ski accident. He almost died. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Came back skinny. It was over. It was like, where's Fat Kingston at?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we accept you fat and then you disappear and come back not
Like
that,
skinny, it's
yeah.
like, damn, dog.
Fuck you was doing. You was trying to get yourself together.
Yeah. It's mad R&B niggas that came and went. Like Ruben Studdard kind of came and went. He had like an album and a half.
Didn't Ruben have some bullshit though?
What you mean?
Like didn't something happen? He did something.
Probably. Let's see.
Because what was he sorry for?
2004.
2004.
No. Yeah, fucking idiots. Didn't he like cheat on his bitch or something crazy?
Well, that's expected.
That's expected. Ruben Studdard. Oh shit, Ruben in shape a little bit now. Ruben look like Charles Oakley. I mean Charles Barkley. No, Ruben ain't do nothing
He
crazy.
ain't do nothing.
No.
Bullshit. No, apparently he's acting and stuff now too. I haven't seen none of them projects, but apparently he's acting.
Probably ain't dig deep in Tubi enough.
Right. I didn't get on page 68 of Tubi.
Yeah, you still on 43.
Okay, shout out to Ruben for keeping it squeaky clean all them years. I thought he had some nonsense going.
Definitely.
No, apparently not.
Staying scandal free.
Ruben was born in Germany.
Yeah, I had no idea. I just looked at this like Frankfurt, Germany.
Yeah.
Are you a black Nazi nigga?
I thought the nigga was from the South.
Yeah, Alabama.
Yeah.
He was repping the South though. You know what I'm saying? I guess they say it ain't where you from, it's where you at.
Okay. Sorry for 2004 was my shit.
That was that work.
That was good.
This is my sorry for 2004.
What are you doing over there, Daniel? Yeah, that was a good record. All right, well, fuck that. What else we got over there?
Shout out to NBA Youngboy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He got a bunch of wins this past week. He low-key just announced he's got a $60 million. He re-signed with Atlantic. He got a $60 million deal reportedly to sign with Atlantic. Their original offer was 40, and they came back at 60, and he re-signed. He also has a label deal with Capitol Motown for Never Broke Again Records. He released his latest album, Last Slamito, on Friday, which is #1 on all the streaming platforms and all that shit. Gonna debut at #1. He probably gonna do like 150,000 copies, whatever fuck. And he also recently got certified by the RIAA as the only active artist with 100+ gold and platinum certifications. That's albums, singles, all of that shit. He has over 100 as of right now, which I can't do math good, but that's at least 75 million units sold. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. If you just average, just by the averages, 1 million plus 500,000 average, 750,000 times 100, that's 75 million.
With zero marketing.
With zero marketing whatsoever. Like, the only marketing they ever put into any album was his top album. And that was the one that had Future and Snoop Dogg and all of that shit on there. And his AI Youngboy album that came out a couple years ago just got certified double platinum. So he's just absolutely putting numbers on the board. So I would imagine that going forward, now that he didn't beat the one case and they saying that he going to kill this Louisiana case, I would imagine that Atlantic is finally going to really get behind him and push him, being as though they gave him all his goddamn money.
Absolutely.
So shout out to him, man. He's absolutely killing it right now. And I think at some point we're going to have a conversation about the fact that he's just kicking everybody. All of his contemporaries, he's kicking their ass. Yeah. Like, as far as sales, performance, all of that shit. Like, and it's like, you know, the industry has essentially chose sides in the war between him and Dirk. But, like, if we just keep it a buck, like, Dirk kind of can't fuck with him. Like, when it comes to, like, the actual, like, execution and performance, and the fact that he has a real deal organic fan base and he ain't got to pull no tricks to sell records.
My homie was like...
And he does no shows.
My homie was like, his son will literally get up and just put Dirk shit on repeat. I mean, NBA Youngboy shit on repeat on YouTube all day. Like, literally all day.
Yeah.
Just watching NBA Youngboy videos and songs and...
Like, this current album, he's been on house arrest. This motherfucker shot 22 videos in the same house, and they all, like, doing 3 million views the first day. Like, this is the same crib. What are y'all doing watching this shit?
Dog.
They don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
Because they're here for him. He could perform in the bathroom.
Yeah.
8 million views.
Gotta be nice. I had that type of fan base. That shit is nuts.
That's a crazy fan. And it's almost like, it's confusing because it's like, I don't even know how it happened.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can explain to me how he developed his fan base and just trained them like that to where they consume any and everything. And they just flood the internet on his behalf.
I still don't know a Youngboy song.
Oh, you tripping? I know a bunch of Youngboy songs now.
Yeah, Nevada, Outside Today.
Outside today.
You know it. Come on now.
Bestie with the baby.
Yeah.
What's the joint with Migos on Culture 3?
I need it.
I need it. That's my shit, dog. That's my shit.
Outside today was my shit.
Yeah. NBA Youngboy got some shit.
Got some shit.
He definitely.
Fucking Rap Caviar just did a goddamn John. They did the best NBA Youngboy song of all time. They did a tournament with voting on Rap Caviar page. What ended up winning? I'm about to find out right now. I think Outside Today actually won. Yeah, Outside Today was the winner. The final two was Outside Today and Make No Sense, which is also a phenomenal song. Yeah, the final four was Outside Today, Casey Talk, which I have no idea what that is, Lonely Child, and Make No Sense. And Outside Today won the tournament on Rap Caviar.
That's cool.
Crazy engagement all the way out. You know what I'm saying? No Smoke is another big song that he had.
With Ross. What's the joint with Ross?
I don't think he had a joint Raw. I know he got a joint with Kevin Gates.
Oh, that's the Ashanti sample. That's my shit too. Yeah,
he got some shit in his catalog. It's just so much to where it's like the average person, like, even if they want to be a fan, like at this point with him being 6-7 years in, it's like, where the fuck do I start? It's too much music, you know what I mean? And it's like, all right, you could just start at the beginning and work your way forward, but it's like 90 albums. Like, you ain't gonna never catch up, you know what I'm saying? So most people just be like, fuck it. I'm just listening to this other shit, you know what I mean? But he's arguably, the most prolific, as far as like just constantly putting out material, most prolific artist probably since Wayne.
I saw Wayne announce today that the Carter 6
is coming out.
I saw people like, oh God, no. And I'm like, yo, y'all are tripping. Like, Carter 5 was good.
Carter 5 was very good.
Carter 5 did numbers.
Yeah.
Carter 5 was the second best streaming album of that year.
Yeah, that shit did 525,000 the first week.
Like, dog, he's the first motherfucker to debut 2 songs in the top 5 Carter 5 was at work.
And it was all dated material. None of that shit was new. Yeah. All of that shit was like the original or the second draft of like the Carter 5. You know what I'm saying? And, I just think that, people don't take enough account into the fact that Wayne literally was like shelved for like almost a decade. Like, where that nigga like literally had to like jump through hoops and do sneaky side deals and shit like that in order to release music. And, having something hanging over your head where a nigga owe you damn near $100 million will stifle anybody's creativity. So for people to pretend like, what was he supposed to go do? Kill Birdman? Like, what was he supposed to do? You ain't gonna get your money like that. Like, what was he supposed to do in order to, you know what I'm saying, in order to, be able to feed the streets or whatever. His hands was tied. He couldn't. And, to be able to come out of that and then deliver Carter 5, which is a very good album, have it sell and perform as well as it did, 2 top 5 singles, all of that shit. They had the Young Money concert in Toronto last night. That was the rescheduled date. It was supposed to have been Monday. They rescheduled to Saturday. Nicki, Wayne, and Drake. It's just like, damn, like, this motherfucker, he's 39 years old. He's about to be 40 in September. So it's like, arguably, Jay-Z's still making music. He's 64 years old, whatever the fuck it is. Like, Wayne arguably could do the same thing. And he just got crowned. He had the best feature run of 2021. Yeah. By a wide margin. A lot of journalists always like, Lil Wayne is on the best feature run out of anybody.
Wayne was out rapping everybody last year.
Like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It is like you have records like What's Poppin', and then the joint that he did with what's my man name? Polo G, and like
shit, Lil Baby,
like
the
all
fucking
these records.
Seeing Green.
Yo, niggas tried to front on that Lil Baby feature.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, the AZ feature. I couldn't believe he was on AZ.
He went crazy on that AZ.
Crazy on that AZ joint.
Wayne, one of the best rappers ever, and anybody who doesn't agree with that is out of
Listen, on my way here today, I was listening to like the drought and the prefix and the suffix and all that shit. I'm just like, this motherfucker got so much shit. I found a playlist that was like all all him rapping the soul samples. Dear Summer, La La La, like all of them records. I'm just like, this motherfucker is really phenomenal.
What's the joint? Whoa, 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 whoa. Let the beat build. And I'm like, Wayne is just...
He had the Lauryn Hill joint, I'll Get Out, that he rapped to. Like, just like crazy.
That's a good... the way I did the Nelly 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, NBA Youngboy, that's a very good...
That's a very good comp.
Yeah, real shit. Like, just like so much material out that everybody in his fan base gets a hold of and fucks with and holds on to. That's a very good assessment. I want to talk about one of the weirdest days of last week.
Okay.
And that was Yeezy Day.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Number one, I didn't even know about it until I got with y'all.
Okay.
And number two, I didn't get shit. You know what I'm saying? And then number three, Kanye came out and just blasted the shit.
Dog.
In true Kanye fashion, just DM like a random motherfucker.
Just send a DM to like, you know, fucking Prince Harry.
Yo, throw this on your gram. Just excoriating the whole shit. Like,
it definitely was a random ass message to somebody.
we don't even know who he messaged. Like, it just came out like, yo, John Monopoly, throw this on your gram. I know you got 14,000 followers. Like, what the fuck?
Tom Moskovich, you busy? Put this on your gram. Like, yo, real shit. But Yeezy Day was last Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever the fuck day it was. And basically, Adidas and the Yeezy Supply brand announced that they were going to be releasing Yeezys all throughout the day for retail prices. Here's the biggest problem with this. One, there was no schedule. So it kind of just was like...
Yeah, like it was just random releases. You didn't know what to expect.
You didn't know when it was going up. You didn't know what pair was coming next. You didn't have a clue. Certain pairs were up for like a draw. Certain pairs were just like the queue is open. Mm-hmm. So there was no real logistics to this shit at all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dan, you scored a couple pair, didn't you?
Yeah.
What did you score?
2 pair of the 450s.
He got the black ones, right?
Black ones.
He got 2 pair of the 450s. Lee grabbed the white 700s.
Okay.
V1s, like the Wave Runners.
Yeah.
The all white Jones. Then she got a pair of white 350s. I didn't get anything. I missed everything.
Yeah, I didn't get shit.
I entered for the black and red 350s loss. I entered for the blue 700s loss. I entered for the black foam runners loss. I entered for the turtle doves. The turtle dove, yo.
What was the jaws? 600?
Dog, the turtle dove shit was open for like 6 minutes. No bullshit.
I'm going to say 2.
That maybe. Like, it was so random and strange the way it went down. And
like, we got 8 pairs of these shows. Like,
it was a very, very, very strange day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then once I see Yeezy talk what he talked, I'm just like, yeah, it makes sense. Adidas like, look, we found, like, what it was we found 2 trailers.
Yeah, we found some backstock
on the lot with a bunch of
over
Yeezys.
here in Germany. Just so happened.
And was like, yo, we just gonna get rid of these Jones.
Yeah, we're gonna flush this whole inventory. But yeah, I think that it's hard to walk away from an 11% royalty of a multi-billion-dollar business. But I think that Kanye is smart enough and has lawyers that are ferocious enough to be able to get him out of that deal. And he's either going to go and just completely just do his own manufacturing like Beats did when they left Monster Cable and they just start making their own fucking headphones and shit. He's going to either just make his own shit because his brand is stronger than Adidas brand at this point. So it's like, what the fuck do I need y'all for?
I have a proposition as far as sneakers, and I want y'all input on this.
Okay.
I personally feel like at this point, the first 15 pair of Jordans are past anything else as far as sneakers.
Okay.
I also feel that certain pairs of Kanye Yeezys, like certain 350s, certain 500s, 700s, a couple of the slides, maybe the white wave run, the white foam runners could get thrown in there or whatever. I personally feel like at this point, both Yeezy and Adidas and the Jordan brand could just make it to where those sneakers are just available.
Readily available.
Just like almost like a la carte. Like whenever you feel like it, you can go to Jordan.com and order none of the crazy colorways or
the original, the OGs.
The bread 4s, the cement 3s, the bread 1s, the bread 11s, the fucking
cement 3s.
I said the cement 3s, the patent leather 11s, the Concord 11s, the white and black 9s. You know what I'm saying? The original Bugs Bunny 8s. Like, I just feel like those joints should just be available. Just whenever you want, come on the website, $300, you order.
It's like y'all made y'all money off these already.
They should just be there for just like, it just what it is.
Because niggas will keep buying them when they get dirty. Let me get another pair.
Yeah, I'm just like almost like the way Timberlands and Forces, where it's like Butters and white Forces, they're just gonna be here.
Bread 6s, shit like that.
The bread 6s, the Fresh Prince 5s, what else am I thinking about? The white and red 2s, the fucking Toronto, the Raptor 7s. All of those Jones, they should just have two.
Yeah, bread 1s, royal 1s, like shit like that.
So it's certain, maybe like 2 or 3 pair for each number.
Yeah.
Should just be like you go on the website and they hear it ain't no.
And I will be in order to create that convenience, I will be down to pay $250 a pair.
I was gonna say 300.
Yeah, just
whenever.
Just up the retail price and just make them always available.
Just whenever.
Because 50 to a bean over is always our number.
Exactly.
Unless it's a grill, then we'll
Right.
be niggerish. But
Exactly.
50 to a bean over.
Right, but
is
I'm not even
always-
talking about getting freaky where you talking about like the Oregon Duck 6s or the motherfucking Cool Gray 11s. Like you don't got it, but just like the Bread 11s and the Concord 11s should just be available whenever the fuck I want them.
Absolutely.
Like why do I have to, like, not trying to be funny, why do I gotta wait until Christmas week to get a pair of patent leather 11s?
Yeah, shit is dumb.
Why the fuck don't just release them to where they just out and I can get them with? I might buy 2-3 pair of these shits.
Yeah.
The same way we do Butters and fucking Forces. Honestly, that shit should just be like that now. And I look at the Yeezys the same exact way. The black and red, the Pirate fucking 350s should just be available whenever. Yeah. They should.
Absolutely.
The Wave Runner 700s, you should just be able to get
the
them.
Wave Runner 700s, the Static 700s. The original 500s.
Yeah, like real talk. They should just be available. Yeah. And it's kind of disgusting because Rob was saying it, like, the fact that I have to like jump through hoops to spend my money,
it's nuts.
Is insanity.
And the bigger problem is that the sneaker phenomenon of the way that they did it has trickled down to every other industry of product where everything is super limited and you can't get this and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, it's hundreds of thousands of these shits sitting on a shelf or in a trailer or in a warehouse some fucking where that y'all just not doing nothing with. But y'all would rather make people jump through hoops under the veil of exclusivity rather than just give the people what the fuck they want.
No.
We didn't have these problems pre-2012. We didn't have these problems. Whatever you wanted, you could just go buy it.
I always say, to me, it's the South Beach 8. The South Beach 8. And
that was even still, by comparison, that was a slow burner.
Listen, the South Beach 8s were on the store in the Foot Locker at Plymouth Meeting Mall. Yes. They were on the shelf. And I remember picking it up, looking at it, and was like, it's a little too freaky for me.
Right.
Put it back. Then Jules was like, no, them Jones, they it, dog, they it. And we coming off of the fucking LeBron 7s, like the Miami Night lows, the Sprite lows, the Cool Gray 11, the Cool Gray 7s, the Jones with the lion head on the tongue. You had the Entourage 7s, the Christmas 7, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it was rolling.
Damn, I had all them Jones.
Then the 8s hit, and it was like the blue static, the electric blue Entourage 8s. They had the Christmas 8s with the green strings. All of that shit. Then when them South Beach 8s, them preheats dropped, it was like, I don't know about these Jones. They was $170. Then I seen them on eBay for $250. And I'm like, I just seen them in the store for $80 cheaper than that. And you go back to the store, they not available. Then you see them for $350. Then you see them for $390. Then they was $415. Then they was $460. Then I seen somebody selling them for like $660 on eBay. I'm like, what the fuck? Then next thing you know, it was like you blinked, they was $1,000. In a 15, they was a stack. So they went all the way up to damn near $2,000. I tell you how I got mines. Probably shouldn't say this, but a nigga who played for the Eagles, his bitch was mad at him, was selling all the shit out of Escalade, and I wound up getting a pair of them motherfuckers. He wore 15. I'm like, what? You got some Gators in it? Like, okay.
Got some Maris in it?
Yeah, got some motherfucking Stephens in it. Like, but no, it's like the South Beach 8s. It was like that was the last sneaker I can remember to where it was like, you could just go get it. And it was like after the South Beach 8 exploded, even with LeBron's, when the 9s dropped, you had to get in line for the Galaxy, the Big Bang 9s. Yeah. You had to get in line for the Cloak Kobe's. You had to get in line for the Cheetah Christmas Day Kobe's. I had all of them. You really had to start getting in line for sneakers. And I'm like, yo, it wasn't like this, yo. Even my Miami Night 9s, I got them from the Foot Locker at Plymouth Meeting Mall. People don't know that was a store that just had 15s on deck. Right. I bought the green foam posits, the Pond Jones from there. I bought the eggplant foams, the retros from there. I got the blue, the red clear Soul Jones. Tell you how crazy this shit was. I went to the Kobe Cloak and the Jordan Cement 4 release at House of Hoops at King of Prussia. They didn't have my size. So I got them in a 13, like, fuck it, give me what y'all got. I'm going to just sell them. I got them, put them on eBay. Put some clothes on for me, then. I got them, put them on eBay. The motherfucker hit me and was like, yo, I want to buy these Jones. I'm close to you in Philly, right? I'm like, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. Can I meet you? I'll buy them off you. I'm like, I don't know you. I ain't about to just meet you, whatever. Yeah. He's like, man, you can meet me on South Street somewhere out in the open, whatever. I go meet the nigga, sell him the cloaks and the Seaman 4s. He's like, good luck. In my store, we had them, but they sold out so quick I couldn't get a pair. I'm like, what store you at? He was like, I'm at Sneaker Villa down in Delaware. I was like, oh, y'all be getting 15s? He was like, yeah, we got a couple 15s in there now. When I get to the store, I'm going to send you a picture of what I got. He sent me a couple pictures. He had the red foams. He had the fucking... The Galaxy KDs, the Silver Jones. Yeah. I'm just like, oh shit.
I need all that shit.
So I started coming to him to get, and he was like cool for a little second. He wound up getting fired, did some crazy shit. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was cool. But it was
Sound
like
about right.
Around that time period was where it was like you really had to like get a sneaker connect. Mm-hmm. And sneaker motherfuckers, like people that worked at Foot Locker started acting like they was Russian mafia. Yeah, they started moving around like they was oligarchs. Like that shit was crazy.
I remember I had got I ended up jumping in on my man Nate. Shout out Nate, DJ HBK. I was able to jump in on his plug with Runaround up on 309.
Okay.
In Easton, and we would go there and get everything pre-release. Like, so when them like LeBron 9s, LeBron 10s, all them different colorways and all that shit came out, we was able to get them like a week in advance for like $30 more or whatever, direct from them and shit. And that shit ran for about 2.5, 3 years. And then eventually they was just like, yo, we got too much demand. Like, and they started fronting with him. So I was like, I know I'm out. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause he was going there since he was like a kid before all the sneaker exclusivity and all that shit. Like, that was his spot because there was a mom and pop store that had like a tier 0 Nike account.
You know the LeBron 9 had like 25 different colorways? Yeah. LeBron 9 was insane. Yeah. Think about it. You had the St. Vincent St. Mary's, 2 of those, Kentucky, Miami Night, Christmas, South Beach, the gray Jones with the green strings. You had the taxis. You had the Elites, which was the black and the white ones. You had the Lake Summits, which was the purple Jones. You had the cool grays. You had... the LeBron 9 had no bullshit like 20. I'm not even remembering all them Jones. I'm just like thinking of the different colors. Whereas like every color you could think of, they had them Jones. They had the Liverpool Jones. It was nuts. Yeah. How do you feel about sneakers at this part of your life? Do you even care anymore?
I don't give a shit.
I was about to say,
I'm wearing Solomon's right now. Like, this is like my new shit. I bought 2 pair of Solomon's recently. I got some Tom Ford sneakers recently. I caught them like on a super steal of a deal. But it's like, I just buy what I like, but it's like anything that's like release date worthy and all that shit, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I just catch it when I catch it. If it's like a fair price when it hit GOAT or whatever the fuck, cool. I got this,
I just think it's disgusting where it's like, I ain't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But you, like you just said with your homie, getting the jumps from the mom and pop. Back in the day, yo, like me and Jules really had like players. We had Footstop. We had Olympia Sports. You know what I'm saying? All within the community.
Yeah.
Footstop was at Penrose Plaza. Olympia Sports and Players was on Woodland Ave. Yep. Right? Then you had Foot Locker and Finish Line at Springfield Mall. You know, you had South Street. It was 80 fucking store. It was like you could just go and get
go store to store on South Street and get shit.
And for me, looking at it where it's like I was one of them people where people would come to me like when they needed sneaks. I can remember that. Motherfuckers like, yo, I want to get a pair of Jordan 6s. I want to get a pair of Jordan 7s. Yo, you know where I can get a pair of Bugs Bunny Jones with the double strap, or you know where I can get the 2s. We was in the sneaks. And I'm talking about like Nike Talk. I'm talking about Nike Town, Hawaii. I'm like, people don't even know about that shit. We used to be up on the phone all like stockbrokers. Real shit. And I'm talking about the forums where motherfuckers was trading sneaks. Like, we was doing eBay when motherfuckers... I remember motherfuckers used to come to me because they were scared to put their information on the junk. Mm-hmm. Can I give you the money, put your joint on there and get the sneaks from... Like, it was like that. Yeah. So when I look at it, in my life, I've probably had 400 pair of sneaks. I know he's probably at 600-700. Between the two of us, you know how many pairs of sneakers between the two of us have won on the sneakers app? 1 pair.
Oh, wow.
I hit the black Sakai Vapor Waffles a couple months ago when they dropped. And that was the first joint I ever won on the sneakers app. He was
I'm over on that.
He deleted the app because he's like, I've never won anything on there.
Yeah, I hit one joint. I hit them camo dunks, the lows.
Yeah, that shit is
so between you, me, Big Dan, and Jules, 2 pair of fucking sneakers on the sneakers app. Yeah. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, and I've purchased no less than 700 or 800 pair of sneakers over the course of my life. From 14 to 39.
Oh yeah, if I go all the way back, we talking about 500-600 easily, yeah, for sure. But it's like that right there. Like the fact that I'm a sneaker person And I, through this app that y'all created, right, to buy sneakers, I've gotten one pair of shoes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That needs to go. That needs to just be, fuck defund Verzuz. Defund sneakers app.
Absolutely.
That shit needs to end.
And Adidas confirmed too. I can't get shit on that joint.
Lee,
I can't even get no human races on there.
I don't know.
Thousands and thousands of pair of human races. I can't even get a decent pair of human races.
Remember I talk shit in the group text? Scored 2 weeks in a row. Ain't scored since. That was 3 years ago.
I don't know who Lee know over there, but Lee be hitting on the confirmed. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. She hits every.
And it's like
thing.
Because I worked in retail at a young age, from like 17, 18 on. I worked in from 17, 18 to 22. I worked in retail. I always had plugs and relations because I could barter.
Right.
So it's like, I could trade my Total Sport discount for your sneaker discount or whatever the fuck. And we would always get shit. Foot Locker, Sneaker Villa. We had a Sneaker Villa when they first came to the market from Reading. They had the big Sneaker Villa in the gallery. On the other side, it was like on the third floor.
Yeah, the up top.
Big up top joint, a big ass joint. We used to go in there and get anything we wanted pre-release. Me, my man Ty, we would go in that joint. Leon, we would get anything we wanted pre-release. Altitude J's, Air Raids, like all of that shit. Like we could literally have our run, and all they would be like, yo, just leave the box. Come back and get the box on release day, but you could pay for them now. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And it's like, now it's like twisting an arm to get something.
Players used to be $30 before the joint. You would leave the box. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah. Good times, man.
No, it's because the workers are selling them.
Yeah.
So you can't get nothing.
Yeah, they backdooring everything. Niggas is taking the job knowing that they got skills to go do some other shit, but it's like, I can backdoor these sneaks and make an extra bean a pair, so it makes it worth it to work here.
Yeah, I can take $8 an hour if I got 12 pairs of sneakers.
I was reading this shit the other day.
Yeah, that's $1,200.
I was reading this shit the other day where the dude was talking about how he got in good with his AD for Rolex. He was like, when he would come to his city, he would let him use his jet skis, and he was like, yeah, like he basically had to like forge a relationship with this dude just to become like, when the watches come in, give me a call.
Yeah, my man Zeke was talking to me like, yo, I should just buy he got an AD in Maryland. He like, yo, I should just buy the bitch a dog, huh? Like shit, like a $5,000 dog for the right to buy watches at retail. And it's like, here's the thing, them ADs been riding high the last 3 years. Y'all world is coming to fuck crashing down the next 6 months, and I can't wait because y'all gonna be back sucking dick, trying to beg people, sending out text messages and making phone calls and all that to get people to buy shit. Because y'all gonna be sitting on a ton of Datejust. Y'all gonna be sitting on all them bum-ass Oyster Perpetuals because Rolex discontinue all the colors. Y'all gonna be sitting on a bunch of plain subs and shit like that y'all can't sell. Y'all gonna be kissing ass and sucking dick to sell these watches. Because every day I check Chrono, the numbers are slashing. They are slashing every single day. Like, and not no $300-$400, $2,000, $1,500 here. I had the anniversary AP is the watch that I want right now. They got a black dial and they got a silver dial. The silver dial, John, I had it saved. The shit was $80,000. I get a price notification. The price was down from $79,995 to $64,995 overnight. Like, this is the type of equity that's getting shaved out of these watches because there's no more upside to it. All the tech niggas, all the energy niggas that wanted the watches and all the crypto niggas, they have everything they want. So now it's like, who else you gonna sell the watches to? Now you're back to the everyday men trying to sell us watches.
How much does that watch retail for?
I want to say like $32,000 or something like that. So now it's double. It was damn near 3x at one point, and now it's down to double. And it's gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I had situations where people that I know, my man said he got a homie that went to AP trying to get a 15500, which is the standard AP that everybody wants. The fucking, with the beautiful bracelet, with the open back on it, whatever, they come in white dial, silver dial, smoke gray, royal blue, and black.
It's a blue one for sure.
Royal blue and black. The royal blue obviously is in the highest demand because it's the least produced. He said he went in that joint, was trying to get a 15500. They told him it's a 3-year waiting list. He bought some other shit. They called him the next day like, hey, we got a 15500 for you. Did you want to come get it? All of a sudden, just out of the blue, because you bought some bullshit, now the 15500 becomes available. It's like, these are the games that these ADs been playing the last 3 years, and all of that shit is going away. Especially with the fact that, like, Boucher have bought Torno. So now you have even more consolidation in the watch industry. And the fact that Hodinkee is probably on the verge of closing like an online sales channel deal with Rolex. If that happens, it's over.
Who owns Watchbox?
Govberg.
Yeah.
Govberg. And they strategically set up all of their suites in the highest earning
They got one
markets.
in Singapore.
They got one in Singapore.
Yeah.
They got one in San Francisco. They got one, I think, in Las Vegas. They got one in Miami. They got one in Bala Cynwyd, which was like their original. You know what I'm saying? That's where they were founded, in Bala Cynwyd, Govberg. But yeah, so it's like they strategically placed their locations in where all the big money motherfuckers is at.
yeah.
The mega money motherfuckers. Like how can I get in touch with Mark Lazary that owns the Bucks? Like shit like that. Like they places like that. But all of that shit is going away. All that shit is going away, yo.
It's funny you said that your man was gonna buy an AD, a $5,000 dog. Somebody the other day on Facebook was like, they was talking about Kendrick Perkins. You know he's got like a dog business.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that?
No.
Kendrick Perkins, he has like $1 million Frenchie business.
Oh,
Oh,
so
yeah, I did see that on Twitter.
He does French bulldogs and shit.
Yeah.
But he breeds a certain bulldog with something else, and then basically the dogs are like $10,000. And they like talking about how many of them he sells a month and all. It's like $1 million business.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, if I buy a $10,000 dog, it better be able to drive like Lassie. But yeah, all these markets that are like super inflated,
they're all coming back.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, dog. I was looking at fucking Lambo trucks the other night. I remember when them Jones shot up to 330, 340 and all that shit. I'm looking at 21s the other day for 229. G-Wagons the other day, I saw the 22 the other day for 206.
Oh, it's almost over.
Yeah, like all of that shit is coming down.
It's almost over.
We knew it couldn't continue.
Yeah, because it's like there's only but so here's the thing. Economically speaking, right? And I didn't even anticipate getting into this talk, but I'm glad that we're here. The chasm between rich and poor. I had a conversation with my man Dude yesterday or whatever. And it was basically like, yo, what he's saying is, and he's in real estate and all of that shit, he's doing good for himself. And he was basically saying like, yo, what I'm seeing is people are still getting money. So that's his indicator that he feels like it's not a recession or it's not as bad as people making it seem. I said, well, what I'm seeing is that motherfuckers are more fucked up now than they were pre-pandemic. And they got the free money for 2.5 years. I said, so he was like, nah, you right. He was like, the chasm between the haves and the have-nots is larger than ever.
It's big as it's
big as it's ever been. So it's like, yo, when the rich continue to get rich and the poor continue to get poor, the next marginalized group is the middle class. And then after that, it's the upper middle class. So it's like you either going to get rich or you're going to end up sinking. Because how do they fucking take money out of your fucking base? Inflation, gas prices, raising interest rates and all that. The Fed raised interest rates 2 times in a row in an overall goal of staving off some of the inflation to where these manufacturers of these products can't tax you so much because the money factor is going to be so much higher. It's like, I'm not paying for the extra money and the extra money you paid on top.
Right.
That you charging me on top of how much the product costs. So at some point, it'll level out. Gas is slowly going down. Like I just put gas in my Honda the other day. It was under $50. From empty to full was under $50 for the first time since I bought the car. I bought the car in April. So for the first time since I bought the car, now gas is under. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of these different economic factors. And it was this article that he had posted on his story. And it was basically like, we're not in a recession, but the economy is weird as shit. Basically what they were saying. And it's just like, there's all of these different factors that are going on that normally don't align with one another happening at the same time.
It's not a full-blown recession because the markets are so out of whack.
Exactly.
That's basically what's happening because you got a market like you just said, gas, where there isn't a shortage of gas.
No, absolutely.
Honestly, oil is still the same price a barrel. So it's like
It has been for 4 months.
Yeah, like you really can't.
Oil company made $100 billion last quarter.
Oh yeah.
Because they furloughed all of these people pre-pandemic and they refused to hire them back. So the inflation is tied to the fact that we running the same amount of gas with less people. So we got to pay our people more. So that's what they're saying. It's like a labor cost associated with why the gas is up. And I'm just like, yeah, that sounds like bullshit to me because y'all got the money to hire the people back. Y'all won't hire. Y'all refuse. But meanwhile, I think the job market gained like 528,000 jobs last month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that was the best since prior to February 2020. Right. So it's like, so the economy is like, and people are getting paid more. The people that took jobs are getting paid more because of the shit we've been talking about for the last year and the fact that companies understand like people don't want to work. So it's like, if you want to come get a job, we got to incentivize you to be here. So they added a ton of jobs, almost 530,000 jobs, and people are getting paid more than they were getting paid before. But then you still have these other marginalized groups that are refusing to take jobs because they're hoping that there's some form of a white knight in the form of the government that's going to come and give them another free $20, $50, $100,000, and it's not coming. They hope they praying for the monkeypox stimmy.
They're praying for the monkeypox stimmy.
Like, my next move is I'm about to get certified in cybersecurity because apparently that's an industry that's always fucking hiring, and you can work from home and do that shit and make a minimum of 140, probably 200. So it's like in between doing this shit and then the trucking shit and that I'm gonna take down 180, 200 from that, and
you pick out the class, take it from home.
So that's my next move. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, examining all of this different stuff and how the world is changing. The only people that are getting left behind are the marginalized people that either don't have access to the information or are just ignoring the information that's out there in their face, and they're making a choice not to do better in order to improve their quality of life, and they getting left behind as a result of it.
I mean, the bottom of the barrel jobs are starting at 15, 16 right now.
Yeah.
And that was never the case.
That's McDonald's.
Yeah.
Remember when Seattle fucking changed their minimum wage to $15 an hour? People was like, how will these companies survive?
Right.
Like, everybody was confused, and it's like, that's the standard now. If you're not making, in reality, if you're not making $30 an hour though, for real, just based on how we collectively live, you're fucked. You're fucked. And really it's 40.
Yeah.
But 30 is like, is just getting by, and if you got some shit on the side, you can survive.
I make 33 and don't be going. Like that.
So imagine having to show up for less than 30.
Yeah.
But you killing yourself. But essentially, these are the people that didn't take the time to refine themselves or pick up a new skill or take that fucking, it was a free MBA course that was on fucking Amazon. You could have, the shit cost like $1,500. You could have got it for free. Like shit like that, to where it's like, it's all these different resources that's out there and info, and people that learned through the pandemic. People learned how to podcast. Our podcast started making money through the pandemic. You got people that learned how to do graphic design, all of this different shit, all these different self-taught actions and stuff like that people went and made money on and are killing it. People flipping, reselling shit, on doing fucking service, doing gigs on Fiverr, doing gigs on what's the shit I hear all the time? TaskRabbit, shit like that. Like, people are making good usage of their time
At home
and shit like that. Or you got to get up and go do a job, $80 an hour. Yeah. For some shit that take 15 minutes and you can't book for less than an hour. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it's like, yo, if motherfuckers is not understanding the way of the world and how this tech is changing shit for the better and making all these different processes and right sizing shit for us, of course they're going to get left behind.
Yeah, look at me. Remember, I used to hate flyers. I'm doing flyers every day now.
Yeah.
It's money, and it don't take long. And after you, and Nas told me, DJ Nas told me a long time ago, yo, once you get most of your presets and all that set up, then it's just mixing and matching different stuff to create something new.
Drag and drop.
Now you got a new template. Like, this shit not hard. I was fucking doing self-taught fucking graphic design for about 8 months, and then I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, you got to give yourself fucking skills.
You got to give yourself an out.
You got to give yourself an out. Because it's like, if you going to work and you're not even maxing out, like, maxing out to me is 80 to 100 hours a week at work. So if you're not going to work and maxing out, that means you got 40 to 60 more hours a week where you could be developing some dead time where you could just be using it to develop some sort of skill or some sort of, you know, knowledge base or whatever to do something that can change your life and get you ahead.
It's funny that you said it because I was actually looking at this cybersecurity shit the other day.
That's what it is, bro.
Dog.
That's where the fuck is that? Like, I'm doing that shit 100%. Like, if they got a course that start this week, I'm going to start. Like, yeah, I'm doing that shit. How much is the course?
Like you said, like, no more than $2,000.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a $2,000 investment to turn around and come out making 140.
8 weeks.
Real shit.
6 or 8 weeks.
And it's like, if I could find a way to expedite this shit, I'm gonna knock this shit out in 5 or 4. You know what I'm saying? And if you coming from somewhere like Penn with that certification and I already got a bachelor's degree in business marketing, this, and this, I'm guaranteed placement somewhere.
Yeah. Real shit. Glad we had this conversation.
Yeah, impromptu. But it's like, I had something in here about talking about money and shit, and then we just kind of fell forward, managing money, but we fell forward into like the overall economic status and all of that shit, man. But it's like, yo, opportunity is vast and abundant right now. Man. It's vast and abundant. And it's like, it's just about looking and, you know, knowing where to find. Like, if you got a refined set of skills or whatever, you come into the end of your unemployment or whatever, your separation, hire a headhunter. They get a percentage of what you sign on for. You don't got to pay up front. Like, hire a headhunter, go find you a fucking job where you can make $100,000 a year. Yeah. Now you can drive what you want, live where the fuck you want, travel 3, 4, 5 times a year. Life is good, B. Yeah. Even with the inflation.
Even with it. Real shit. I got nothing else.
Hey, man. One more thing?
The George Wallace rant on the Smiths.
Oh, about hating everybody. About hating everybody.
The Smiths, they just a burnt family.
Yeah, they're an easily unlikable family.
Yeah.
Willow and Willette.
Yeah, they I love Will because you train to almost.
There's an element of what's the fucking Jordan Peele movie, the first one?
Get Out.
There's a Get Out element. So like with Will Smith, it's like he trapped in that house with that crazy ass family, and he know he should leave, and it's just like whatever it is, he just stuck. Like, and it's like I don't know if he ate Jada spaghetti, like it has some period blood in there, like I don't know what it is, but he just seems stuck, and it's like for a man that's with that type of talent, that type of financial wherewithal and all that shit, it's like, damn, Will, do you owe Jada some money? Like, what Illuminati meeting did you go to that where this woman got this incredible hold on you and you just can't shake her? Your kids are grown. You don't owe her nothing. Yeah. Leave.
There's ever a time a man should run away from his family.
This is it.
Yeah. Or maybe a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Would have been it. Yeah.
That's why the 70s was so great, because a nigga could just leave. Yeah. And just never come back. Y'all about to go to the store. Ain't no cell phones, none of that shit. You be 8 blocks away. They'd never find you.
Yo, that's crazy. In the 70s, you could dead ass leave your family.
You just
go
abandon
down
your
the street.
They'll never find you.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go out the back door when I leave. Yeah. I'm going to paint the Cadillac. Yeah. Go from red to gray.
I told you I was having a conversation with my homie. He was talking about how back in the day, like, if people stuck together, and nowadays nobody does. And I'm like,
people stuck together out of necessity.
Yeah, it's like you didn't have options back in the day. He was talking about his grandparents. He was like, yeah, his grandparents, they just had their 70th anniversary. They're like both 94 or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, your grandparents got married. If they 70 years in, they got married in 1950. Niggas didn't even have lunch in 1950. Exactly. So it's like you didn't have options. Think about it. If you decide you breaking up with a chick, or your chick come to you like, yeah, I want something new. I'm going to try another different. Where the fuck is you going? I'm going to see you at church. Right. We only allowed to go like 4 places. Grab that. Like, we only allowed to go 4 fucking places. So it's like, I'm going to see you. And I'm like, go back further than that. Like, imagine going back to like slavery and shit. And like, I pay for your freedom. We free. Right? We free. And you get out there in the world, your chick like, yeah, I want to see other people. Where the fuck are you? Like,
where you seeing them?
How many free niggas do you know? What?
I just got my freedom 8 weeks ago.
And I got yours. So where are you? Where are you going? And it's just like, yeah, that's the world now. Like, we have so much access to everything. And it's like you just said with the whole cybersecurity shit. You can go work in Thailand. I've contemplated over these last couple months. Like, just going to work in Monte Carlo or going to work in France or whatever. I watch House Hunters International. These people just be going, yeah, I'm going to go work in Peru. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They were hiring here for this. I came over. First time leaving the United States, so.
Yeah, anybody that doesn't understand we're in a global economy is cheating themselves. Yeah. And people that just like aren't willing to fucking uproot themselves and
some of them only paying cash.
Yeah, like, and it's like you go to some of these overseas places, your first X amount of money is tax free, and they'll pay for your living allowance and all that shit. You just making money at that point.
First 102,000 as long as you stay out of the U.S. for 330 days in a year. You don't pay federal taxes on that.
I see y'all niggas in December.
That's the equivalent of making what, 160?
Nigga, why you think we see Jules every December?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out, bro. But it's like, yeah, no, I know that because like that's really, when you're an expat, that's how it works. Like, people don't understand, like, it's expats from every nation. It's people that just go to different countries because you get different breaks. You get different laws, like, different things hit you as far as shit. If you go over that motherfucker and you got a residence in Texas, Delaware, or Florida, you don't even pay state tax on the money you earn. Like, you literally only got to pay federal taxes on whatever you earn after 102, as long as you out for 330 days. So let's say you go over there and earn $160, right? And you live in one of those 3 states, you only paying taxes on $58,000 federal, which is 25% withholding.
They said Apple went years without paying taxes and keep bouncing around the main office.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, think about making $130 tax free.
Yeah.
And they covering your living expense. You essentially making like $300-400.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Literally.
So
because the biggest thing that anybody gonna spend their money on is where they live
and where they drive.
Yeah, where they live and what they drive. You get a company car and a living allowance.
I get all this for free.
Nigga.
And usually a company car come with a gas card. Last time I checked.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas December.
Oh. Big Meech come to you like, look, I give you an apartment in a Tahoe. He like, nigga, I'm trapping like a fool. I am part of BMF. Like, this shit is not a bad deal. But I got nothing else. It's been a decent show. Live show this Saturday.
Live show this Saturday the 13th. Get y'all tickets, TRPE729.eventbrite.com. Everybody on YouTube, we appreciate y'all. Smash the like button, share this content so that, you know, we've been doing some better numbers on YouTube. I got better strategy, got better with the hashtags and all that. The YouTube is starting to grow again. You know what I mean? Shout out to that. We'll have this video out probably Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll be pumping these. We trying to start just pumping them out. Just do the fucking audio and the video release at the same time. There's no reason not to. Just get all this shit out there. It's easy. It's top of mind. We got an interview coming up with an artist that just signed a really big deal, $1 million deal. We're going to have an interview with him real soon. We're going to timely release, put that right out. And we're just doing more robust content on Patreon. So if you're not on Patreon, get on that joint. Our VIP tier, we're doing 10 shows a month, plus additional content, resources, all of that. So patreon.com/official TRPE. Make sure y'all tap in with that. Other than that, man, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Keep spreading the word. Keep telling people about TRPE, and we're going to keep pumping this content out. Peace.
Holla back.